New seasons, new gear. Show the world what it means to be a fan in 100% authentic gear. Fanatics, officially licensed everything.
Done studies, 60% of the time it works every time.
That doesn't make sense.
What is up, everybody? How are you doing today, man? Hope everybody is feeling good today. It's Happy Hump Day. Hope everybody is doing well. As the title says, this is the scheduled predictions episode. Tomorrow at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, we'll be dropping the schedule. Miami Dolphins. As of today, we found out that we're going to get the first ever Black Friday game at the Jets, which I think is bull crap because, it's going to make it that much harder for the MetLife takeover, but that's neither here nor there. Also, we got that game in Germany. So that's another one that's people are hit and miss on, you know what I mean? So, hey, I'm glad with y'all with me today. How y'all doing today? Make sure you hit the like button, please. Thank you. And before we get into anything, just want to give this real quick. Present. All right, here we go.
My name is Luis Cruz. I am your founder and lead designer here at the Backroom Collection. Just wanted to give you guys a quick intro video to describe the products that you're buying while you're on our site so you can visualize what it is you are purchasing. So our main product are canvases. As you can see on our website, we have tons of designs. This is what you're going to be receiving, as you can see here displayed on my wall. It is a canvas with the design that you choose, printed on canvas, and it's spread over a thick and sturdy wood frame. It has the hardware ready to hang up, so once you pull it out of the box, it's ready to hang on the wall. These are very high quality. Shipping takes about a week or so, but this is what you're going to be getting when you purchase one of our Backroom Collection canvases. Our second product are mini helmet visors that I'm going to be adding to the website this weekend. And it's for those who have autographed mini helmets. The visors are basically a display piece that attached to the face mask of the helmet to give your helmet some pop. So that's what you're getting when you purchase a mini helmet visor. It comes with the hardware to attach it to the face mask. So just wanted to give you guys a visual of what it is, so as you're browsing the website, you can kind of know what exactly it is that's going to be arriving at your front door. If you have any questions, you can contact me on my cell phone, on email, Twitter, Facebook Messenger. You can ask me any questions you guys have. I hope you guys have an awesome day. God bless and have fun shopping.
So that was Backroom Collections. I just wanted to God damn. Oh man, that was funny. Tua could use a mini helmet. Damn, that's crazy. But anyway, at any rate, that was the Backroom Collections. I just wanted to show you that use hashtag on your on TFTG for 10% off your first order. And speaking of which, we have W Energy Drink. I will be doing a live try this weekend. Hopefully, I ordered some. Hopefully, it comes this weekend. I ordered the orange one, so I'm hoping it comes this weekend. And we'll see how it goes. I'll be doing Sunday morning. I'm gonna be doing a Wake and Shake episode. So be on the lookout for that this weekend. As well. Also use hash code TFTG for a 10% off of that purchase as well. We have flip-flops. We have beanies, the TFD flag, the hoodie, t-shirts, and all the other good accessories that come with it. So make sure that you're doing that. Also, banners. Banners. And finally, the rundown. El Capitan is officially going live this Thursday. Tomorrow, when the schedule release, I already got confirmation that El Capitan will be going live. Cup of Color, anytime is the right time for Cup of Color. Tomorrow, Ali is going to be releasing an episode of Broken Takes. DTA is on furlough. Lewis, of course, me and Lewis, we're pretty much, we get in where we fit in. We're proud members of the Finn's Tailgate. And that being said, let me get the screen out the way because I'll always forget to. There we go. Always forget to do that. At any rate, I want to give a few shout outs. We have some 16 in the building, 17 in the building. Please make sure you're hitting the like button. Make sure the algorithm is going out. And tomorrow is going to be a busy day, man. Tomorrow in the blender, when I do my show on Larry K's channel, I will be hosting, hopefully, if knock on wood, everything goes as planned, Chef Jew will be in the blender. If not, I have a pre-recorded episode with Iceman. So either way, you're gonna get an episode of In the Blender, and of course, first in the blender, in the blender. First in the show is my man California knows how to party. California, Flavor J, what's going on, Flavor J? How you doing, man? My man Scott Jackson, what is up? How you doing? My favorite two in the year, Scott Jackson. Speaking of Dolphinier, what's going on, man? That's what we all should be, Dolphiniers. Joe Reese, what's going on? How you doing? Bills are going 5-12. I second that. Hey Liz, how you doing? Here we go. Yeah, of course. And that's pretty much it for now, man. Mark, what's going on, Mark? How you doing? Good evening. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. What's up, everybody? What's up? What's up? So I just want to say a few things about, in your opinion, because like I said, a lot of you people there in the chat right now are really more like, what is up, Facebook user? That sounds like I'm a user. I'm a Facebook user. But anyway, in your opinion, does anybody have a when you guys heard that we're going to Germany, were you guys happy with that, or mad with that, or indifferent? Me personally, I kind of thought I was kind of disappointed. Okay, Alex, what's going on, man? How you doing? It's good to see you. Shout out to you, Alex. I don't know. I mean, I understand why they went overseas because from what I hear, Color was saying this morning that in Missouri that they have a German sister city in Missouri, and Dolphins, they have a huge Dolphin following in Germany, so hence why they went. I think a lot of people robbed the Tyreek Hill going back home, in my opinion. But You know, I wish we could have seen the God damn it. The hell was that? Anyway, I wish we could have seen the Tyreek Hill coming home. You know what I mean? I wish we could have seen how the fans reacted when he threw the peace sign when he scored a touchdown. You know, I wish we could have seen that. Could have been an AFC East. It could have been an AFC Championship preview. But and the other thing that I didn't like, and by the way, I wanted to post this up. I think Flavor J over here says he was pissed. I'm in Iowa. Yeah. Tyler Bruto, which is a good friend of mine and the show's, said the NFL screwed him twice. One, he got screwed because he was in Jacksonville and he couldn't see the game. You know, the game that when the Dolphins went to Jacksonville, they went to London. And now that he's moving to Missouri by the time the season rolls around. And guess what? That game also. So I feel for you, Todd. Speaking of Todd, yeah, I agree with you. Fuck the schedule makers. They screwed my man Todd again, bro. So that sucks. So at any rate, and I'm gonna tell you about the okay, whatever you say. Just because they you know whatever, they're not gonna beat us down. And I'm not. We're not mad about the location. You know what I'm saying? I just said why we're upset because at the end of the day, this game had a lot of implications. The location. If it came down to Miami, if it was to Miami, I don't think the game would have been that much better if it was in Miami. I think it was better because it was in Kansas City because Tyreek was coming back home. Tyreek, like I said, I wanted to see what the fans would do once Tyreek did like this when he scored a touchdown. They would boo the shit out of him or whatnot. So at the end of the day, you worry about the Bills because they're gonna go like this man said, 5 and whatever. So, but the real thing is, I was really hoping to go to the MetLife Takeover this year, but come on, you think traveling is traveling is a pain in the ass, but imagine traveling during Thanksgiving. Maron, that's gonna be a real pain in the fucking ass. Holy shit! No, thank you. But yeah, we're gonna sweep you this year, Mark. So it's all good. My man, love that. So, Bleezy, what's going on, man? I don't know if I shouted you out earlier, but what's going on, brother? How you doing? Hope you're doing well, man. Glad you're here. So, I don't think it's the location that upset Dolphin fans. I think win or lose, I think a lot of Dolphins fans were planning to go to that game, especially the ones that live up north there. There are a lot of Dolphin fans in around that area that couldn't get to go. So at the end of the day, they're the ones who are pissed. So it is what it is, bro. And like I said, the Jets, like I said, yep. You think that every year, don't they? At the end of the day, we'll see. It's after November. I don't think so. I mean, it could be. It could not be. I'm not a mind reader, but at the end of the day, it would have been a lot easier for Dolphin fans to make the trip had not been the day after Thanksgiving. So that's why. But anyway, what's going on, Joseph? How you doing? Yep, my girl sister is a Dolphin fan living in Kansas City. Has never been to a Dolphin game. It sucks. Yeah, that's another one. But you know, I could have thought about other games that could have went to Germany besides that one. But hey, at the end of the day, it is what it is. We could cry if we want to, you know. So, with that being said, I don't. Like I said, I don't think that the schedule. There's everybody's talking about how there's a strength of schedule, and I've always said that's a bunch of bull crap. I mean, at the end of the day, if you can't beat the tough teams, what makes you think you have a chance in the playoffs? Especially if you're the visiting team, especially if you're a wild card team, just making it in. So if you're just making it in, you know you're gonna face tough teams in the playoffs. So at the end of the day, if you can't beat a good team in the regular season, what makes you think you're gonna be a good team in the playoffs? So I think that is just a built-in excuse. Well, we had a strength of schedule. Well, we went to the playoffs that year because we didn't have a strength of schedule. I tell you what, the Kansas City Chiefs fans aren't worrying about who they're playing. Hell, these Buffalo Bill fans aren't worried about who they're playing. The Eagles fans aren't worried about who they're playing. So why are the Dolphin fans worrying about who we're playing? We're that good, right? We're Super Bowl contenders. So if we're Super Bowl contenders, that means that you could beat you could go to toe to toe with anybody. So if you're not confident that you're a Super Bowl contender, then bring up the strengths of schedules. That is true. Some team, like the Bills, yeah, you ain't never gonna get no out, in my opinion. But hey, that's what's up, Joe Reese. I mean, like I said, I'm over it now. But I'm just saying because hey, what's going on, Carla? How you doing? Nope, ain't nobody worried over there. But there's plenty of teams. People are saying, "Oh, we got the strength. We got the hardest strength of schedule." I never knew that until I frequented a lot of the Dolphin spaces on Twitter. And this was the second and the third hardest schedule. Who gives a flying flip? I think this is a great team, and you're damn right we got this. You're damn right. With that being said, I'm gonna open it up to the people. Come on up, man. Let's see what's on your mind. I don't have that much on my mind. I just wanted to speak on that schedule thing. That I think that's right. That's what I'm talking about. We're gonna be the killers this year. So, what's up, Mark? How you doing?
You know what I really enjoy? I enjoy some of the folks on chat that beride me and beride the Bills for not winning a Super Bowl in this playoff run that they're having.
Okay.
I had to remind the gentleman that you've been to the playoffs 3 times in 23 years in Miami and lost
Okay.
every game. You know, until you win something, shut up.
No, we don't. We're not going to shut up. So we're going to keep
No,
talking.
and
If you don't like it, I'm gonna hold on. I'm gonna keep talking. You see, I'm gonna keep
go
talking.
win something. Go
Nope.
win something,
I'm gonna talk.
Shay.
I'm gonna keep talking. You're not gonna shut me up, bro. Unless you're gonna physically do it, I'm not gonna stop talking. You're not gonna physically do it, so go ahead, keep yapping your mouth, bro.
I'm not
I
going
don't
to
give a
talk while
fuck.
you're talking.
Huh?
I'm not going to
What'd you
talk
say?
when you're going to talk.
Go ahead, go for it. I'm listening. Go ahead.
I
What else
just
is on
made a
your mind?
point. I just simply made a point that
Okay.
it'd be
Well,
nice
made,
if you
made
actually
another
won
point.
it. If you'd actually win something before you have, you have to win something to actually have a reason to discuss things. You could have
Okay.
hope. You could certainly have hope. You could
Yep.
have excellent players like the team has. You can have
Okay.
a new coach like Fangio, like you have,
Hmm.
and you can
Yep.
have all the optimism in the world. And I think
Well,
that that's absolutely great because every one of the 31 other franchises in the league have that same hope and that same optimism. Of course, reality hits early in September. Now, I honestly think that the Dolphins got an advantage by playing the Kansas City game in Germany. You're
I
not going to
agree.
have to deal with Arrowhead. You're not going to have to deal with Arrowhead. I don't think the travel is all that relevant.
Okay.
You control your bye week because the teams that are in they're being forced to play overseas are going to be able to pick their bye week. And from a Dolphin standpoint, the Jets
All right.
game.
Sorry. All right. Man, I was gonna go 1-on-1 with this guy. I'm sorry I left you
Oh,
back there,
oh
but I
no,
was.
I
No,
want.
you can't have them to yourself, man. You couldn't have
Yeah,
them.
yeah,
Did
that's
that dude
selfish
say?
right there.
Did he say
Yeah.
That's
until you
selfish.
win something, shut up? Did he say that until you
I
win something,
know.
shut up?
I know.
Stop
I
that
know.
kid in
And,
that
hey,
guy.
listen.
You know what makes.
Like I told him, we're not gonna shut up, and you're not
Every
gonna make me
team,
shut
wait,
up.
no,
Hey,
Shake, no.
hey,
Every
you know what
team in
makes.
our division, has won a Super Bowl. Everyone, including the Colts. Even the Colts when they was in our division. Every team in our division has won a Super Bowl except one team. So shut
You,
up,
you,
Bills fan. You haven't won shit. Shut up.
you know what makes me sick is over the last 3 years they've made the playoffs. They haven't done anything with it, and they were nothing but the Patriots bitch anyways. Before that, when Brady was there, we had a better record against Brady
Uh-huh.
than they did.
But let me ask you a question. Why does that trigger you so much? Who cares? I laugh.
It don't
Hey, what's
trigger
going
me.
on,
It's
Anthony?
just an opportunity to wail on some
But
Bills fans, Jets fans. I just love doing that shit. I fuck what they say.
hey, Big Nick, you made a mistake. The Bills haven't won a Super Bowl. You said everybody in our division has won a Super Bowl.
No,
Except the
except for the
Bills.
Bills.
Yeah, no, but you said everybody.
No,
No,
I
Except
said
the
he said
Bills. He
everybody
said
everybody,
except
except
the
the
Bills.
Bills.
including Indianapolis, has won the Super Bowl except for them.
Okay, yeah. Wait, they won the Super Bowl when they were in the AFC East. I didn't know that.
No, they
The
won it in the
Colts.
South. They won it in the South, AFC South.
They won the Super Bowl with Johnny U when he was in the AFC
Oh.
East. What do you mean?
No, they lost. They lost. They lost to the Jets. Remember that?
Oh, well, they wound up winning one though.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. It was after they left the conference with our division when
It's
Peyton.
when they left Baltimore.
Yeah. Hey. Honestly, for me, this is where I'm at it with this situation. I've said this multiple times, and I'm being called negative as a younger fan. You guys seen sort of success. I was too young to see the playoff success with guys like playoff appearances with Jason Taylor and stuff like that. So I understand there wasn't success there, but you guys seen the playoffs, and I want to have faith. I really do, but this team has sucked it out of me. The optimism. Like I want to have optimism, but I can't.
All right, but since you have been watching the Dolphins, have you seen a roster this talented?
Maybe not
How long
as
you been? How long you been a fan?
I've been a fan since 2003.
Then there's no way you've seen one this talented.
Yeah, and listen.
On defense,
No
on
way.
defense and offense, there's no way you've seen one this talented all the way around.
So listen,
I mean,
Anthony.
from
Let me
top
tell
to
you something real
bottom,
quick.
from the front office to the head coach to the defensive coordinator to the quarterback to the receiver, never have you seen that.
Okay.
Hey, so hold on, Anthony. One thing I just want to tell you right now is, all right. I understand that you're not optimistic about it. But the thing that kills people is that fact that we're all celebrating and you come in going, I don't, you know what I'm saying? It's like you're trying to bring the team down. I understand you're pessimistic. You're not, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, that's
Yeah, no,
just
but
your
this is
thing.
where and shake. You and Lewis try to Lewis and Todd try to get my faith up, but I've been beaten down by this team so
Yeah, I
many
understand.
times that I can't have.
Hey, listen, we're not trying.
Anthony,
It's not
Anthony,
about
do
getting
me a
anybody's
favor.
faith. Hold on, let me say something. It's not about getting anybody's faith up. It's just quit trying to bring ours down.
I know that.
Anthony, do me a favor. There is psychiatrists out there that handle PTSD. Go see one.
Oh Jesus. Yeah, no, and I've said me and Shake have been on other platforms. We've been on Mace's platform together, and I've said
Shout out
this.
to Mace.
Yeah, and I've said this on his platform. The only teams I've seen win championships were the Hurricanes, the Marlins, and the Heat. That's the only teams I've seen successful in the playoffs. And which is sad for me. The Dolphins have been around longer, and they've only won 2 Super Bowls.
Anthony, are you waiting? Are you waiting to say "I told you so"? See, I told you so. Are you waiting for that?
No, I'm not waiting to.
Okay, then talk about the great players you have on your team and upcoming schedule and the things that we're able to do.
Yeah.
Don't talk about all that stuff. If you're not focused on being able to tell people "I told you so," then talk about all the good shit that you see with this team. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, no, and Nick, I've said this. Me and Shake talked about this off platform once on Twitter. I've said everything looks good on paper, but on paper doesn't always work.
I told you so.
Hey, you remember you said you watched the Hurricanes win championships. You remember when they were winning championships, they were always playing that tough schedule. They played the Gators, which sucked, but FSU. They would play Oklahoma, Notre Dame every year.
Yeah, and honestly, this schedule, if I'm saying this, if our quarterback can stay healthy and he plays well, I think we have the #1 toughest schedule according to the win predictor.
There's only one team that I would go in there saying, "Oh man, this is going to be a battle this year, a hard battle." I'm talking about
Philadelphia.
And that'd be Philadelphia. That's it.
Actually, I would honestly, I would add Kansas City. I would actually add Kansas City.
Florida State and Miami.
Yeah, no, and honestly,
I think Philadelphia is far and away probably the best built team right now.
Yeah,
especially on defense.
Yeah, but I think Philly and Miami have the top. I think preseason rankings have Miami and Philly based just on paper as the top defenses in the league and stuff as number 1 and number 2.
I just want to see when we play Kansas City, we throw 3 people at Kelsey because I'm sick of him getting open no matter what.
Oh yeah.
Who do you guys want to sign after June 1st?
Offensive line. I don't care who. Bring in some veterans.
Yeah.
I would want Taylor Lewan, but his injury history.
No. I want Cam Fleming because he can play both sides of the line, and I want to get that right and Reisner.
No, but Taylor Lewan can play both sides too.
Mm-hmm.
No, Taylor Lewan can play both right and left tackle. He started as a left tackle when he
Taylor
came into.
Lewan is suing his doctor for a bad surgery.
He only plays left tackle.
No, he played right tackle.
Hey, hold on. Taylor Lewan is suing his doctor for a bad surgery. Do you trust him to even pass a physical right now if that's the case?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, no, never mind then. And Reisner, I don't think fits our blocking scheme though. I don't think his foot speed is he's not mobile enough to fit our scheme. We're gonna need our guards to be pulling and Todd.
Oh, hold up. Are you gonna complain about Reisner playing over who we have right now?
No. I'm not saying that, but he's not a perfect fit for the scheme we're trying to run, though. Like that's what I'm saying.
He did pretty good at the end of the year last year running in the zone scheme.
No, we play a outside zone. That's a tradition. That's an
Who do you
inside
think?
zone.
Who was the line coach for last year for them?
Butch. I think Butch Berry.
Because that's what they were bringing in. He was in San Fran before that.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
But anyway, listen. Lewis is
Lewis,
fellow
what's
member
up,
of
my
the
brother?
Saints tailgate. What's going on? What's on your mind, brother?
None,
How'd you
bro.
make it?
Chilling. Yeah, none. Just chilling. Coming through, listening to this great conversation. So, what's going on, fellas?
Yeah.
Living the dream, baby.
I understand why people can't get in their mind. Like the people that really know, the people that's really on the inside, they think those two guys can play. I don't know why the fans think that what they say matters over what the people that actually have hours and information that you guys don't have. They think those two guys can play.
Yeah. No, that's what our fan base just doesn't want to admit. They're criticizing because we overpaid for when we traded for. That's the reason why they feel we overpaid for a guy like what's his name, Eichenberg, that draft, Big Nick. That's why they feel that the overpayment doesn't justify his play.
They also have selective memory because when Eichenberg came back off that injury, that dude was balling, man. But people don't want to admit that. They want to admit that how much he had grasped the offensive line and called, and the scheme was getting much better.
Well, and to your point, Nick, people don't realize too, at the end of the day, it's real easy to tell the GM what he should and shouldn't do. But guess what? The GM's job is on the line. So at the end of the day, he has to make that decision because his ass is on the line at the end of the day.
Yeah. Well, I will say this. And I think that people, again, I'm kind of with Big Nick. I think Austin Jackson might get better. Second year under this offense, I think Eichenberg might get a little bit better. The thing I would just tell Big Nick is, from a football team aspect, I think when you talk about guys like Reisner and guys like Ham Fleming, they're just upgrades, though. And why would we? I'm not so like I get why everybody would say whether they're again Chris Greer, McDaniel, the people in the building saying that they feel fine with Eichenberg and Austin Jackson, and that's fine. I'm fine with them too. What I'm saying is, if there's an upgrade to be made, though, I'm not going to shit on that neither. You know what I'm saying? Like, if there's an upgrade we can make on this football team, go make it.
Okay, what would you guys say, Louis? What would you say is the most empty barrel in the NFL when it comes to position?
What do you mean by that?
The lack of great talent in the NFL. Like every team doesn't have it. Offensive linemen, right?
Yeah, I would say the offensive line is usually the weakest part of the team.
Very seldomly, you see offensive line released for salary cap reasons. Very seldomly you see that. They're traded for somebody gonna jump up and trade for them. I'm always leery of these offensive linemen that people want to bring in to other teams to replace other people.
Hey,
I will get rid of.
Hey, Nick, here's my thing about Austin Jackson. If they were so confident, they would have either hit him with that 5th-year option or given him a small deal long term.
Oh man, that's not how it works. That's not how it works, man. Come on now.
I think people are looking too much. Lewis, I feel that our fan base is looking too much into them not picking up his option. To be honest,
I think that as well because
if they were so confident in Jordan Love being their star, then they would have let Aaron Rodgers finish out his contract and just go ahead and give.
Actually, they gave Jordan Love a contract extension for like 3 years.
No, they didn't.
But
1 year. 1 year.
Yeah, 1 year. They gave him a contract extension. But I just think, to Todd's point, like I would say I don't agree with that, Todd, because if you remember, we gave Laramie Tunsil his 5th-year option, and 2 months later we traded him. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Right. But now he's like a dead man walking this year. You know what I mean? That's the part that you wonder about. He has no contract. Once the season's done, you got to sign him either long term or he's gone.
Again, you see, this is the problem that I run into then, Todd, if you're saying that. Guess who's dead man walking after this year? Robert Hunt. So we should be talking to Robert Hunt because he's been getting better in this scheme, right? Robert Hunt was a second-year player.
Listen. You have me there. Hey, you have me on that one. He needs to be re-signed. I agree.
But I'm saying you don't have a 5th-year option on him. So basically, he's a dead man walking because this is his 4th year. Yep. Javon Holland, after this year, he was a 2nd-round pick. After this year, right? You don't have Javon Holland. Are you going to let him play on that last year? Like, why ain't Miami? Miami should be thinking about those contracts.
There's one more you forget.
Jalen Phillips.
No, he's for the 5th year. But no, we have a center right now who could be re-signed too.
Feeney?
Absolutely.
Yeah, but I mean, he's still not going to get. I mean, we're talking about between $4 to $6 million for a center.
No, not
Big Nick. Not if he gives you another top 10 production in that.
Big Nick.
If he's a top 10 center, he's not getting $4 to $6 million.
Hey, Big Nick. He can go into free agency saying I've played top 10 guard in the NFL and I played top 10 center. Who's going to pay me?
Yeah, he's not that.
I'm really not worried about signing our players, man, because I know what's coming up. I know the maneuverability that we have.
Yeah,
that's the reason why we keep telling you guys we got a 2-year window.
Yeah. No, and honestly, for me, when it comes to our defense specifically, this is the way I look at that. People think our corners are going to be leading the team in interceptions. I don't see it that way. The way that Fangio uses the safety position, I think Javon is going to be leading the team in interceptions based on how Fangio uses the safety in his. The safeties are the position that usually leads the team in interceptions, not the corner position. So I think Javon is going to have more interceptions than both Jalen and Xavier, to be honest.
Well, I don't agree with that. I think still to this day, the biggest ball hawk we have on the team, and I know Jalen Ramsey is also a ball hawk, and Holland, I'm not going to disagree with you there, Anthony, but Xavier Howard, for me, I think is going to have a bounce-back season, and this is why. If you heard Xavier Howard in one of his press conferences, right, or his latest one, the first thing he said was, this scheme right here, I'm not going to be having to chase people all around the field playing man-to-man. I'm going to be in more zone. How am I get to have my eyes? I'm gonna get to have my eyes on the quarterback, and I think that's for Xavier Howard's skill set of being a ball hawk and how he attacks the ball. I think Xavier Howard has a bounce back year. I think Xavier leads our team.
Lewis, what else did he say? This is the healthiest he's felt and the best shape he's been in.
Well, again, I'm leaving health out of it. I'm just listening to what he said from a scheme perspective. And again, when I look at his skill set,
I'm saying you put all three. I'm saying you put all three of those together.
Absolutely.
That could be a big time bounce back season.
Well, again, but besides the injury, what I'm saying is from schematic standpoint, if you get Xavier Howard where he's chasing, right, with his back towards
he's roving.
He's roaming, and he has his eyes on the quarterback, and he can bait him. Hey, I'm out of position, and then I can get back. I just think Xavier Howard, again, to me, if everything pans out, Xavier Howard leads his team in interception.
Yeah, no, I understand what you're saying, that he's gonna. I still think he has a bounce back year, but the way Fangio uses the corner position normally, they don't lead the team in interceptions. It's the safety position normally leading the team in interceptions when you look at his defense.
I don't think Fangio's had in previous stops. He's had better linebackers than what he has here in Miami. But I don't think Fangio's ever had a set of corners like he has in Miami neither.
Okay. Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
I just don't think he's had corners like this.
Hey, and don't forget the pass rush is pretty good too, man. The pass rusher they have potentially.
Wait, actually, no, I disagree. He had Von Miller and Chubb in Denver.
Well, right. Yeah. I guess Jalen Phillips is chopped liver.
No, I'm not saying he's chopped liver. Okay, I'm not saying he's chopped liver.
I'm not saying he's Von Miller, but I guarantee you he's gonna be a great pass rusher.
I understand that. No, but we were talking about you guys were saying he hasn't had a pass rusher like this in his other stops.
Name a defensive tackle like Wilkins that he's had.
No, he just said he has a great pass rush. He didn't say he has something he never had. He just said he had a great pass rush.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You guys are always looking for reasons to knock the Dolphins down to another notch. He didn't say that he never had a pass rush like this. He just said also he has a great pass rush.
Yeah. No. I
You gotta
understand
let
what you're
that negativity go. You gotta let that pessimism go, man. You gotta let it go.
Mhm.
It's affecting your hearing.
Yeah. Well, Todd, and just to say about, when has he ever had a D tackle like Christian Wilkins? I agree, but I think that's this season. I really don't, and I know Big Nick's probably going to get in an uproar, and I get it, but I don't see Christian Wilkins in the long-term plans of this team. I'm telling you now. I think, again, just conversations that, I'm privileged to, and again, it's all speculation, but all I'm going to say is I think Christian Wilkins, and hopefully they can come to a happy medium.
Lewis,
But
I completely agree with you.
where they are now, Christian Wilkins wants a certain number, and I'm telling you now, if you're one of these fans that are, oh well, we love players, we don't love the logo, and I can't leave Christian Wilkins and stuff. I'm telling you now, Miami is not at the number where Christian Wilkins is at right now. Miami's not even close to that number.
Yeah, and
I'm
I
telling
said
you
this.
right now.
Hey,
And
I
Lewis,
agree with you, Lewis, but at the same time, I'm talking about right now. You know what I mean? He hasn't had a defensive tackle like Wilkins right now.
the last
Because we're going to have him for
great
this year.
tackle, the last great tackle I remember, defensive tackle specifically, was with the Bears in the mid 2010s when they had those great defenses. With
Well, what was their name? What was his name? Because I can't remember a big time defensive tackle playing under Fangio.
Oh no, my mistake. He was coaching the D line with Brian Urlacher. He was on that staff with the Bears when he was on that staff with the Bears. I can't even pronounce the guy's name right now. He's a big Samoan guy, like the same Gunlier. He used to play for the Dolphins.
He's not a defensive tackle. That was an end.
Yeah, that was an end. Wally Agunlier.
Yeah. And Jason Taylor made his whole career. He got exposed without Jason Taylor.
And no, he wasn't Samoan. He was African. He came over. He actually played or came over to play college from Africa.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. No.
Yeah, he got exposed. He got exposed without Jason Taylor.
Yeah. No. And back to the defensive back, I understand what you're saying, Lewis, too. But the way he uses the safety position, normally the safety is leading the team in interceptions. In general, when you look at his defenses, in Denver, the corners he had in Denver, I understand they're not at the level of J-Ram and X, but
I think Anthony, as fans, though, and again, to Big Nick's point earlier, I think we listen to we talk about what we think the team should do, and no, we don't listen to what they're telling you. Bro, Vic Fangio, out of his own mouth, has came and said, "I plan on running different things than anything I've ran in my career." I've sat back for a year and stuff. So again, when I hear Vic Fangio's coming in with a 3-4, a 4-3, a this, a that, we don't know what this man has planned. We don't know what this man is working on in OTAs and training camp and preseason. I just think, and again, I think this is going to be a week-by-week defense. Game plans are going to change. I think with Vic Fangio's experience, bro, I think it's more of kind of like, I don't want to say a Brian Flores defense, but what I'm saying is I think Fangio's going to implement that same kind of scheme where it's more hybrid. You might see Jalen Ramsey inside. You might see Jerome Baker blitzing up the edge. It's going to be guys moving around to where it's going to keep the offense off balance. You're not going to know what we're running. I don't think Vic Fangio's coming in here and just going to sit in a
this is why, Lewis, I've said this since the day we drafted the kid. I think honestly, with Jalen moving around and he's not going to be the boundary corner the whole time, like you said, this is why I'm saying Cam Smith starts day one across X.
Well, Dolphinier, I don't know if he's going to implement the zero blitz, but could he run it? Could he show it? You know what I'm saying? Just to throw a team up. Bro, again, all I'm saying is I don't think Fangio's going to come in here, and whether it's a 4-3, a base 3-4, whatever it is, I don't think you're going to see that. I think you're going to see Christian Wilkins playing at end and inside. I think you're going to see Agba move from end to inside. I think, again, I'll use the Kansas City week. I think that's when you might see, hey, Cam Smith, go to corner, Xavier, or not Xavier, Ramsey, you're inside and you got Kelsey one-on-one.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, I just think it's going to be things like that. You're going to see guys going everywhere on the field.
Yeah. And by the way, I just want to say real quickly that, look, we're on an open forum because that's what the Finn's Tailgate is. And it's like, I don't agree with a lot of what Anthony says, but I think he has the right to feel how he wants to feel. Why does it bother people so much that he feels the way he feels?
I just want him to cheer up. It doesn't bother. I just want him to cheer up. You know, have a little bit of a positive outlook on things. It doesn't bother me.
Who's saying that? Shake? Is someone?
No, I'm just saying because I'm not saying that, like I said, the thing about it is everybody's like, oh, you know, they're telling him, well, why don't you feel this way? How come you don't see this way? You know what I'm saying? I'm just asking.
Oh, well, no. Listen, again, I've made it very clear. I don't never come up wherever I'm at, Twitter, YouTube, wherever. I don't try to change anybody's opinion. Anybody can think about how they want to think. That's not what I'm doing, Anthony. If you feel like that,
you and Shake and Todd are realistic with me because you understand what I'm dealing with is other people that are saying I'm not a fan of the team when I'm acting negative.
No, I won't question your fanhood. The only thing I want you to do is enjoy it a little bit more, because if you're going to be pessimistic, you can't enjoy it to the fullest on this trip.
Yeah. No, I understand what you're. Yeah. And honestly, I think, to be honest, this 2-year window thing, I think people are looking way too much into that. I think we have at the max a 4-year window, because if Tua balls out, we sign him to his contract. I think we have more than a 2-year window. Like people are making it out.
And by the way, before you go, Todd, I just want to speak to you real quickly. I want you to know that you can feel however you want to feel, bro, and you know you're not going to be censored here, okay? As long as I'm here, and Color and any of the Finn's Tailgate are here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no.
So you're more than welcome.
I've said this how I felt on other what is it called on Steven's platform, and I get banned and kicked off for like a whole month.
Well, everybody gets banned there, so don't take it personal, bro.
Yeah.
But it's nothing personal. Everybody gets kicked out. Even Stephen D does.
Whose channel is that?
It's Miami Sports Music. Everybody gets kicked out of there. If Lewis has been timed out.
I've been timed out.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I understand. You guys, I'm different from you guys, to be honest, because I take that personally, because I feel like they're attacking my fanhood and stuff like that when they do that.
I'll call out your fandom.
Oh, Color.
It's too strong, man. The shit's too strong, man.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Color. Yeah, no, and honestly, I think the way this team is built, I think we're at the most a fringe Super Bowl contender, but at the minimum, at the maximum, we're an elite team that can make it to the AFC Championship, but we're not ready yet. I want to see more stuff. I want to see what they do next before I what is it called? Put them at the Super Bowl contender level. I'm being patient.
And Amicus, that's your own fault for being a dildo fan.
A dildo. Oh Jesus! Oh Jesus Christ! Oh God!
So speaking of Amicus, not speaking of Amicus, but reminding me of the Buffalo Bills. So
first off,
they made a huge blunder. So they made a huge blunder not looking into the past or the life of the punter they drafted. and then they compound that error by firing him without having any information about the issue.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, y'all can't get out of your own way, man. It's freaking hilarious.
Hey, by the way, shout out to Kevin Lee. I was gonna invite you to come up, Amicus, but don't bother. What's
They're
up?
gonna kick you off.
What's up in Shaking Panel? Do you think Tua will be healthy week 9 versus Chiefs and week 12 versus the Jets?
Yes.
Will we be 2-0 on those games like the overseas, since it doesn't take our home game away? I hope so.
Kevin Lee,
Yeah, appreciate
Kevin
you,
Lee,
man.
get rid of those
love,
gator colors.
If you give another $20, Kevin Lee, I tell you if I think the Dolphins are going to win the Super Bowl.
Gators, baby.
Yeah,
By
no,
the way,
I think we
orange
go
is
1
hurricane
and 2.
colors, you know that, right?
I think we go 1-1. We
Not that
beat
blue,
the Jets,
though.
but no, 2-1. I think we beat the Jets. Wait, who are the teams again? Can you put that comment up again, Shake?
The Jets and Kansas City.
Yeah, Jets and
I
Kansas
think
City.
we go
Those are
1
two
and
away
1.
games.
I think we beat the Jets, but we lose to the Chiefs.
Y'all do realize that's an extra home game for us with how many fans we got there.
I'm gonna tell you what's crazy, man. What's crazy is last year we literally didn't feel, or we literally wasn't afraid of any team that we played against. We really thought we had a chance against any team, and the proof is in the pudding. Outside of that bullshit Jets game.
Yeah, wait, Big Nick. I think you can include the Jets game because it wasn't until the last few minutes that it opened wide up. That was a close game too. It wasn't like we were out of that.
Fact. That's
so
a fact,
I
Colin.
really feel like, and I've said this. I've said this many times, Colin. You've heard me say this. I think we could have beat every team on our schedule. We had a chance to beat every team on our schedule last year.
I wholeheartedly agree.
And you know what?
We were in every game. We could have easily won every one.
And Big Nick,
that game was a coaching problem.
Right,
and Big Nick,
than what we were last year, and now we're saying, well, I think we're going to go 1 or 2 against us. I don't get that. Me personally, I don't get it.
Yeah, but listen, Big Nick, to your point, if you go to the Chiefs stream, Chiefs YouTube and the Bills YouTube and the Eagles YouTube, which I don't recommend, they're cesspools. I guarantee you, none of them are worried about who they're playing because they're that good. You know what I'm saying? So I think we should be the same fucking way.
Right.
We shouldn't. Who cares? Bring them on.
I think we're better than the Bills, and you might
bring them on.
You might call me a super fan, but
especially
the
Jills.
We're better than the Bengals too.
I don't think you're being hyperbolic or anything, Big Nick. The only thing I would say pump the brakes on is the fact that our competition kind of stepped up a little bit because we're playing a second place schedule. You know, we're playing all the second place teams this year. But I mean, they're just as likely to regress as a third place is to progress. You know, so
and think about this: all of the great teams, all of the good teams, right? That it's a handful of good teams. Let's say the top 6 teams in the NFL. I guarantee you, we're probably the only one. Us in Kansas City, probably the only ones who didn't lose anybody. We gained. We didn't lose anybody. So even if we're playing a second place schedule, those teams that was good last year, they lost good players.
Right. Yeah, of course. And there's also going to be some fourth place teams that end up being as good as second place teams. I mean, it's all parity, in the NFL.
Yeah, look at it. Color. Those fourth place teams are playing fourth place schedules, and some of them improved.
Exactly, but they got to be careful, Todd, because they could run through their season, go 8-0 because they're playing a fourth place schedule, and then roll up against somebody like us, and we embarrass them.
But listen, guys, that shit was all based on last year, right? So a 1-15 team from last year can be a 10-6, a 10-17.
Sure. We proved that. We went 1-15 to 11-5. So I mean,
it can be a 4-13 team. You don't know.
But to Color's point, what happened when we hit the playoffs at 11-5?
Well, that was
exactly, because we were still a 1-15 organization at that time.
It was smoking mirrors. We went against one of the greatest defenses of all time that wasn't going to let us run the Wildcat.
Mm-hmm.
That was smoke and mirrors, man.
Yeah, remember, it's every bit as likely. Like, look what happened to the Rams last year. So you got complacency sometimes at the top, and then you got fire sometimes at the bottom. You know, we were 5-11, not 3 years ago, and now we've been consistently at 9 or 10 wins for 3 years in a row. So you know
what the Rams is doing. What's crazy? The Rams can be back, not this year, but next year. They can be back.
Yeah, but hey, you know what we did different than the Rams that I love is we have a majority of our draft picks still coming up. The Rams were out of draft picks for like 3 years in advance.
The biggest thing that we did different from the Rams is that we didn't trade, nor did we sign a high price free quarterback. We didn't trade to move up to get a quarterback, and we didn't go out and sign to get a high price free agent quarterback.
And that may make it better for us in the long run, but that still remains to be seen.
Right. No, it definitely makes it better in the long run and flexibility wise. I'm not talking about how to play on the field. I'm just talking about the business model.
Sure, exactly. Yeah, because we still got 2 years of control left, and then we got 3 years left of control, or 2 years left on Skyler.
Right.
If the shit hit the fans, let's say. I just really think it's about getting that conveyor belt going. That's why we're not focusing on quarterback like people want us to, we expect. Because that conveyor belt starts going, we're consistently winning. Then it's just a matter of whoever wants to be good at quarterback, step up to the plate. You know what I mean?
Right.
Mm-hmm. What do you think about the wide receiver room? How many you think we're going to be kicking 6 or 7 wide receivers like we did in the past?
And that is a loaded room right now.
Depends on what happens with Octane, I think, because if we can utilize them the way I think they want to, then that opens up another spot in the wide receiver room.
Let me ask you something. And I know this is coming out of left field, and this is probably not going to happen. But you know how A-Chain has great hands for a running back, right?
Well, I don't know. He ain't been catching an NFL football his whole life.
No, but neither was.
I'm just kidding.
Hey, listen. Neither was Tyreek coming out of college at running back.
Right.
Tyreek plans on playing 2 more years. Could you see an A-Chain move possibly?
Oh no. Yeah, no, hell no.
He's out there.
That may be what they're thinking. I just don't know if it'll happen.
No. I saw his college tape, and he was running out in the slot. He was out in the slot on plays, running around.
A-Chain, listen, A-Chain don't have wide receiver hands. I'm gonna tell you that right now. He is a running back through and through that can catch the ball. Listen, I won't even say that like Austin Eckler has great hands from the running back position. I don't think A-Chain has hands like that.
I say Kenyon Drake got great hands for a running back.
A-Chain can catch the ball out of the backfield, but he's not running no routes like that.
Right. Do you see him?
Will he be a Darren Sproles?
Do you see him right now?
Yes,
Darren
in the
Sproles?
aspect cap, he can be a Darren Sproles catching the ball out of the backfield and stuff, but lining up as a wide receiver and running out routes and shit like that. No, he's not running any of that.
Right.
And one thing about Kenyon Drake, I agree with you, Big Nick. I like Kenyon Drake, but also Kenyon Drake was like 6'1", 6'2", so he had that height of a wide receiver.
Yeah, but he had wide receiver. He ran routes though, and he had hands.
Oh, hey, close out Wednesday's about to start with the Panthers playing now.
Hey, Big Philly's going live later, guys. So, stop by and support too if you guys can.
We got 2 teams to close out tonight: the Knicks and the Maple Leafs.
Well, that's Miami. What's the name of the channel?
Big Philly's what, Todd? Miami Sports Talk, something like that.
Miami Fan Talk.
Hey,
Miami Fan Talk, bro.
Shout out to Big Philly.
Well, is Big Philly going live, or is who's running the panel?
Big Philly's gonna do the Panthers game. He was going to go out there, bro, but now he said he's gonna go live, so he's probably do some.
Well, then I'll stop by for Big Philly. I'll just there's never mind.
I don't know when he's. I ain't getting no notification yet, but he said he's probably gonna do it.
I feel you, brother.
Wait, what you on boycott, Lewis?
No, I'm just saying. Listen, I'm just saying. No need to bring up names. No need to talk. I'm
It's
just
about
saying.
Jimmy.
If Big Philly is running a panel, I will go through and show some love and stuff. But there's other people. I just, it's better if I stay away.
It's all about Kachuk and Jimmy, bro.
Let me ask you a question, Shake. Is it just me being a big Ronnie Brown fan, or did Ronnie Brown get the love that he deserved from the?
Bro, that's what I'm saying. A-Chain reminds me of Ronnie Brown.
Ronnie Brown wasn't that dude that everybody makes it seem like.
He got that
persona. He got love. He got love. Ricky and Ron, remember R&R?
I mean, Ronnie Brown made it and was on my coffee mug. I mean, he made it there.
It's funny. One of the best receivers we had in the backfield.
Ronnie Brown was good, and I love him. He was a Dolphin. He was good. But I'm saying, like, when we talk about does he get the love he deserves? Bro, he wasn't that kind of guy. I mean, let's be honest.
Hey, Big Nick, can you see the TV, Big Nick?
Hey, y'all remember Terry Kirby out the backfield?
Yeah, I remember Terry Kirby.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. See, but the difference between Ronnie Brown and other, like Ronnie Brown, believe it or not, and you guys should have seen this, but Ronnie Brown get past that linebacker, y'all can stop running.
Mm-hmm.
And he was a big dude.
Oh yeah, he was.
I'll give you a big dude, not tall wise, but I'll give you a thick little stocky dude that caught everything in sight was Keith Byers. Keith Byers had hands.
Tony Page is another one, man.
Tony Page is another one had great hands. Yep.
Tony Page, the bowling ball, fullback tight end.
they labeled him as a fullback, but Keith Byers really was a tight end playing fullback.
Yeah. It's the same way we use Tony Page, fullback tight end.
He was the definition of a halfback.
Charles Clay.
What's going on,
Clay had great hands.
What's up, Jake? What's going on, bro?
You say Charles Clay? I loved his hands when he played the Miami Dolphins. Shake,
don't remind me, Shake. Come on.
We won that game. We won that game. What are you talking about?
I think Tony Page was the brother of Stephon Page.
I get it, Shake. We lost that game, we won that game, but I was a Charles Clay fan, man. I hate seeing him go through that.
I was kind of pissed we lost him.
The reason Keith Byers retired from the Dolphins, left the Dolphins. Anybody know the real reason?
I think that were
by then he had already had a whole career with the Eagles. I'd imagine he was ready to retire.
No, you
You remember Irvin Fryer? I think all those guys were like on 1-year deals. There was a bunch of guys.
Keith Byers? Didn't Keith Byers play a little with Cleveland as well?
Yeah. Keith Byers left the Dolphins because Keith Byers had the longest active pass reception streak in the NFL, and Dan Marino failed to get him the ball one game. I'm telling you. And he was pissed about that the rest of his tenure.
Wow.
It's Urban Fryer and Mark Ingram.
Hey, Fred, no nonsense today, Fred. No nonsense.
No. Hey, you know me, Lou. Everything I come with, man, is on point, bro.
Well, now do you see? Now you're starting the nonsense.
Well, anyway, what we on today, Lou? Where we at today?
Oh man,
Jimmy time, baby. Jimmy time.
Talking about QB1.
Hey, Fred, don't feel bad. It's kind of hard to be on a panel like this when you got a guy named Cap and then a Lewis who does cap.
Hello.
First of all, I don't cap at all. I've never capped.
We all cap a little bit.
Hey, look, man. I just try to keep it, like what I believe in. However, bottom line, man, I'm a Dolphins fan. I'm pulling for the Dolphins to win all.
He's got the jersey, bro.
Only one I've ever bought, man, in my whole life, dude. I don't even have a Dan Marino jersey. That was the only one I thought, oh my God, look at this baller. I'm buying his jersey.
a Charles Clay jersey.
Let me see, Color. You got it out? Let me see.
All right, give me a second. Let me hobble back there.
Uh-oh.
He must have been pissed.
Hey, there it is. It is.
What was the most horrible signing?
It's even got the Tannehill shade of aqua.
Remember, man. What was the most horrible signing you guys seen for a free agent, man? Over the years.
Has to be Mike Wallace, man. I don't know, bro.
Well, Brandon Marshall for me was another one. I thought
I was
I
gonna
had a
say
high
close
aspect.
second with Brandon Marshall, but they actually put him on my coffee cup too. So I don't know, man. They obviously thought more of him.
And at the time of the signing, because the team wasn't nowhere close to being relevant, and Ndamukong Suh was another one. That was a horrible signing.
Yeah, it was.
Man.
It was that.
Put me on the spot.
How about what you think of Dante Culpepper, man?
That man, look. Well, again, that's a touchy subject because I know how much y'all love Dante Culpepper.
Malcolm Brown, bro.
The man was trash.
But
Arian Foster, the man retired after we signed him.
Arian Foster, but he didn't get that big of a deal, though, did he?
Oh, he made a big deal though when he left.
Hey, but you know what,
As a
Lou?
matter of fact,
You know what, Lou?
retired. Arian Foster quitting out on us is what made Jay Ajayi step up.
Yep.
That's a fact.
Yeah. I don't know, Lou. Like Culpepper, man, he wasn't trash. Seemed like to me till he came to Miami, bro.
You know why? You know why, Fred? Because fucking Randy Moss and Chris Carter didn't come with him.
I'm not gonna argue with you on that, Lou.
That man was made by two wide receivers. Again, talent-wise, yeah, Culpepper had all the talent in the world. He had a cannon for an arm. He could throw it 85 yards down the field. But again, that was with Randy Moss. When he came down here and we had to, bro, he wasn't the guy. He wasn't.
Right.
And I'm not going to get into the debate that I was screaming at my rooftop for Drew Brees, because at that point I didn't know what Drew Brees was. I just knew that I didn't want Dante Culpepper.
I screamed for Drew Brees twice because I remember in college how he was, and then I remember I was pissed we didn't draft him, and then I was pissed that we didn't pick him up.
I didn't know about Breeze either, man. So I was like,
the draft was hard, bro. We got Jamar Fletcher, bro.
Hey,
over him.
It's kind of funny. I knew who Drew Brees was in college because somebody that went to my high school was playing with him, Ben Sutherland, and that's how I followed Drew Brees.
Hey, let me ask you this, Big Nick. You think Jamar Fletcher was the biggest bust for the Miami Dolphins?
I feel like color drawed on me, man. I feel like color drawed. That's just one. I feel like color drawed on me.
What do you mean drawed on you?
Drawed on me, man. I feel like he drawed on me, man.
Look at that.
Hey, I feel like he came at me, man. Don't go in the stash, man. Don't do that to Big Nick.
No, my stat's the only stash I got. I ain't never bought no other jersey, man.
Hold on, Nick. I got you on solo. Never mind. No.
You saw my whole stash right there in one jersey.
Where you going in that picture, Nick? The church, bro.
You guys,
you got to come off with one of those merino jerseys, bro. I need one for my closet. Came out?
Hey, by the way, hold on. Shout out to Kev Lee with the $5 donation. You guys, you guys realize we might have at Chargers, at Philly, at Buffalo in December, another brutal December. I sure hope not, but Tua needs to be healthy.
See, what they'll do is they'll give us a bunch of home games, right, in prime time. And you all might think that's a good thing, but that takes away our heat advantage. Yeah, there you go. What number is that, Big Nick? 6?
The heat advantage. Okay, color, man.
What's wrong with it?
The heat advantage, man.
There it is. Yeah.
Oh,
is that game day? Is that jersey? Game day jersey?
Well, the 06 is for my YouTube channel because I call my subscribers, my followers, the six Nation.
Oh, okay.
I'm just representing them. I don't. My game apparel has never really been a jersey. My game apparel has always been a hat. I always wear hats, and I have my hats lined around me.
I figured you did. I figured you were all about nothing but business, Big Nick. Like you be sitting there on a couch in a business suit. You know what I mean?
Hey Lou.
Hold on, before you do, let me welcome my man Crypto. By the way, there's a good chance that I'm going to the Baltimore game. I might bring Lewis with me, and me and Lewis are gonna collect on your hot dogs. We're gonna show up with our baseball bats, and we're gonna be like, hey, we want Crypto to get all his hot dogs.
Hey, you guys really thinking about doing that? Hey, cool. You guys really thinking about going?
No, actually, I am Baltimore. Depending when
that Baltimore game gonna be fun.
Hopefully,
I'm down to go.
It has to be before October. I mean, before November, because November, December, for my job is blacked out. I can't take any vacation unless it's a family emergency.
How many times we gotta kick Baltimore's ass, man? Like, god damn, they the new Raiders.
Hey, Shake. You know what?
Yes, sir.
As we get, as the days wind down, man, I don't know how many days it is, man, 200 and something or whatever, man. But I'm really feeling good about this season, man. As a matter of fact, two ain't even gonna get hurt this year, bro.
You know what I'm saying? That's cap.
What are you drinking, Fred?
I ain't drinking nothing, man.
Hey, man. Hey, that's
you drinking Kool-Aid. You're supposed to say
pulling
Kool-Aid.
for the Dolphins, man.
You're supposed to say
you know what I'm
Kool-Aid.
saying? We got to just think positive, man. You're a real Dolphins fan. You just pull behind the man, and hey, let's get on board and get this thing rolling.
Hey, by the way, check this out.
Yeah,
I've been a Dolphin fan so long. I've been a Dolphin fan so long that my Dolphins Kool-Aid fermented and turned into Hennessy.
You got the right idea, Shake.
And you know what I like to see? I like to see the Dolphins wear the all teal again, bro. You know what I'm saying? Pants and jersey, bro. I like to see them come out with the all teal again. I've seen that
I heard they
one
got
time.
a new helmet and a new jersey coming out.
What?
Yeah.
Man, they do that shit like every 3 years, don't they? Get like
is it the Miami Vice?
I think it's gonna be more like. Oh man, I saw a prototype of it, man.
It's the Miami track team, bro. Miami track team.
Hey, Big Nick, you got a question? How many times you got to beat the Ravens, according to
First it was the
Black?
Texans. We had to play the Texans every year. Then it became the Raiders. We got to play the Raiders every year. Now we got to play the damn Ravens every damn year. What's going on?
They have to alternate them. They have to rotate them around.
Well, in this case, because they happen to be the second place team in their division, that's why we drew them.
I don't think they were the second place team, were they?
Yeah, they were. They were.
Behind who were they behind? Bengals, yeah.
We're playing the AFC North twice in 2 years.
No, we played the whole division last year. That's why we played them last year. This year, our two games, our interconference game is the AFC North, and we play the second place team, which happens to be the Ravens. It's just luck of the draw, actually. Could have been the Browns if we'd have got one more loss last year. It would have been the Browns.
Color. It's 4 years in a row, Color.
Yeah, I know, Big Nick, but that's partly because we keep finishing like second and third, and so do they. You know what I mean? Like, so whenever we play the one team from another conference or from the from another division, it always happens to be them.
Right.
Next year, I think next year we should be away from the Ravens finally. Like they shouldn't be on our schedule at all next year.
Unless they win the division and we win the division, we won't avoid them again.
No, Crypto, because we won't be playing the one team from the AFC North next year.
But isn't this the third time in 4 years we're also playing?
No, we play other teams.
This is the third time in 4 years we're playing the Chargers.
I don't care.
We had 3 years ago. We had the division, the AFC West. We had to play all of them. That's why we're playing them again this year, because it's already been 3 years since we played the whole West.
No,
we played Herbert twice, right?
No, that's the only team we were playing. No.
Right. Because the first year we were playing the West, so we played them all, and then we played the one team from the West, which happened to be the Chargers because they were third place or whatever.
No,
last year, we didn't play the whole division last year, so they must have finished third.
The first year we played them, okay, cool. We played the whole division.
Right.
The second year we played them, I mean, the second year we didn't play them.
Right. And then last year we played them because we played one team from the AFC West, and they were the same place as we were.
So they finished second last the year before last?
I think so.
Yeah,
And then this year we've got the whole AFC West again because it's already been 3 years. This will be year number 4, so we're restarting with all the divisions.
I only care about the NOC.
Hey,
all I care about the NOC.
Hey, by the way, let me welcome Ali real quick. Ali, being that I'm welcoming you, I'll let you answer this question, bro. Shake and panel, how many games before Miami wins before they get their first loss? What do you think, brother? I'm putting you on the spot.
He coming out of the gate.
Look, I'm gonna give a homer take, and then I'm gonna give my real take on broken takes, which you guys can watch tomorrow afternoon.
That's what's up.
My homer take is that it's gonna take 6 games before we lose again. That's my homer take.
Fair enough.
Okay, that's a homer. Okay, my homer take is 9 games, but I got to see the schedule. I get my real take.
All right, my first.
That's kind of what I'm doing. I got to see the whole schedule.
My homer take is 2024 preseason game.
There you go. That's the way you do a real homer take.
I love that.
Exactly, take money.
That's not bad. I'll take that.
Exactly, take money. That's how you do a real homer take.
Listen. I honestly want to know when the NFL is going to stop punishing Miami, making them the third most. Every year, it seems either we're the most or third most traveled team in the league. Every year. Miami has to be in the top 3. 31,000 miles next season, bro. 31,000 freaking miles.
It's money, Ali, because we have such a reach. Because Dolphin Nation stretches so far across so many states that they have an the NFL feels like they have an obligation to provide fans in other states a chance to see their favorite football team. And since Dolphin Nation is larger than Cowboys Nation, we have a lot of people to cater to. You know what I mean?
I understand what you're saying, Color, but here, let me I'm going to give you my since tonight we're going to do a recording of broken takes. I'm going to give you a broken take early, right?
Okay.
And you can say I'm one of those conspiracists or whatever you want to call it. I don't know what the exact term is. All right, whatever. But it's a fact that the founding fathers or the families of the NFL was pissed at Miami when Miami went undefeated in 72. And ever since that happened, they swore up and down that there would be never another undefeated team ever.
Fair enough.
In fact, let me finish. In fact, they've changed rules. They've changed schedules. They accommodated teams that, like the Buffalo Bills. How many years have they done that? Right?
Well, Ali, it makes sense though.
They couldn't win it against Kansas City in overtime and lost in 13 seconds. Well, you know what? Well, in that case, let's just change the rules. So next year we can't let that happen ever again. Well,
Ali,
enough?
The correlation with the 72 season actually can fit. It can be used to say what I was saying too. So in other words, were all the patricians of the NFL pissed about 72, or is 72 what caused us to gain such a large national and international fan base, and now we have to cater to all those fans? You see what I'm saying? So it could go both ways.
I hear you. I understand we're expanding our market. I get that, and I know someone wants to talk.
People love perfection. People love to root for perfection. So the fact that we're the only undefeated team ever, we got fans on Mars. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
go ahead, Fred.
Hey, Ali.
Teams every year that always need to be travel every year is the Seattle Seahawks and the Miami Dolphins. We are the furthest points of the United States. Like, that's the longest trip in the United States from Miami to Seattle, Washington.
But you don't see Buffalo Bills have to do 31,000 miles. I mean, I'm sorry, bro, but the NFL has its favorites, and I'm just calling it out for what I see. That's
well, to be fair, nobody wants to see Buffalo. That's why.
Fred wants to say something. Let Fred go. He's been trying to say something. Go ahead.
Buffalo has like 4 teams within their immediate, right in the Northeast. So I'm just trying to,
No, but only Buffalo fans want to see Buffalo. That's why they don't go.
Go ahead, Fred.
That's why.
Go ahead.
It don't matter how far we travel. It don't matter how far we travel, man. We just got to go out there and kick ass, bro.
Oh, I hear you. But it still adds.
I hear what you're
advantage to the
saying,
other
Ali.
team.
I just think it's more of that we're a victim of our own success, and now we have so many people around the world to cater to that the NFL's like, you're right, it is a conspiracy theory, but it's for money. And the NFL's like, we don't care if the Dolphins ever win. We want to make sure we get that bankroll from each stadium that they go to.
Just look at it this way, Ali.
I'm off the rails. Maybe that might be true.
Ali, just look at it this way. The sun never sets on the Dolphins empire, just like the British Empire. The sun never set. The sun never set on us.
I'm surprised we don't play at 2 a.m. in Japan or some shit.
Let me ask you this. Hey, let me ask you this real quick. The F1 just passed recently, right? The Formula 1 race just passed recently. And there was known to have the 3 richest men in the world at that event that are, a lot of them are based European, a lot of them are based German because of the cars that are made. You don't think that conversation was had already about that trip already, bro? Like Stephen Ross caters to everybody, bro. And it better pay off to us, man.
As our team becomes more popular and we have our arms of our business reaching all over the world, we're talking about Brazil, Germany, and places like this. I get it. Look who called out our 6th round draft pick, right? 2 actors who I actually love the show. If you get a chance, check out on Apple TV, Ted Lasso, right? It makes fun of English comedy in addition to soccer and in all, and it plays into
English comedy.
It is kind of an English comedy, but it is. But Ted Lasso is one of my favorite shows. It's about a American football coach who gets hired to be an English Premier Soccer coach, and it's really funny, and I love it. I'm addicted to the show, to be honest.
Gotcha.
The reason that you see that, though, then this is one of my point is the last 2 years we've had draft picks that were called out by either famous actors and actresses in a different country or another sport in a different country. Last year, if you guys remember, not this draft, but the year before, we had a Brazilian soccer player. I can't think of his name, but he actually called out the draft pick. You know what I mean? So, and this year we had, English actors from Ted Lasso show calling out our picks. So I guess you're right. Maybe as, like Crypto said, the sun never sets on the Miami Dolphin Empire. That's the truth.
So
hold on.
What I'm gathering by that is the NFL goes to all the owners, right? And the owners basically say, I want that one, I want that one, I want that one. And so the rumor is that Stephen Ross
What was that? Big Nick, go ahead.
Those are truck tires. No, that was truck tires.
Stephen Ross raises like every time. Okay, we're playing in Mexico City, Stephen Ross, me. We're playing in London, Stephen Ross, me. We're playing in Brazil, Stephen Ross, me. We're playing in Germany, Stephen Ross, me. So he's an ultimate business guy, man.
They're extending the NFL. You know that, right? They're going to have a European
part of it is
division.
Part of it is also the requirement to host a Super Bowl means you have to play overseas too.
Correct.
You guys do know they're extending the division, right? They're making a European division. You guys do know that, right?
They are definitely trying to. They're trying to. In addition, I won't be surprised if we start playing games in Brazil soon too. That I believe will happen as well. But I want to answer this real quick. Anyone hearing Kyle Murray rumors that he might be traded? True fact. Arizona took calls. People were calling to ask about him. I heard the Commanders specifically were asking about
the Commandos.
The Commandos, if you
that's actually a good spot for them.
Yeah, so that's a true fact. So I don't know if they're looking to trade him, but that came out that they did take calls from Commanders. So
I would like to see him and Eric Bieniemy.
Might be something to watch.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, so from what I heard that you're talking about the overseas. Are you trying to say about this time, 5 years from saying in 5 years, it's going to be the Manchester Dolphins?
I think NFL Lit is saying it's the NFL. It's not really about Miami. Well, hold on. NFL Lit says it's the NFL trying to be global. Not sure if it's specifically about Miami. And I agree, NFL's lit. It's more that Miami, Stephen Ross is their lackey. he's the one that's willing to go do it for them all. You know, like, oh yeah,
The
make my
Jags
team
too.
travel all over the world. You know what I mean?
Listen, Wilmington Stadium
The
is one of the
Jags too.
largest stadiums in the world, right? And they
Yeah, that
sell out
thing's
when they have
huge.
NFL and when they have NFL games, right? In England, especially at that stadium, they sell out. That is so big. It's 1.5 times the size of I want to say any of the stadiums that we have. I mean, the Dallas
Yeah,
Stadium.
it's
Soccer
huge.
stadium,
And
like a
also,
soccer,
and Frankfurt,
like a
Frankfurt
soccer
in
stadium,
particular,
bro.
already hosted an NFL
Yes,
team. They have
yes,
the
they did.
Galaxy there.
Yeah. So the thing
Yes,
is, the thing
Frankfurt
is,
Galaxy. Yep.
You talking about the
thing-
World League?
the thing I'm trying to say
Yeah.
is that
Originally World League and then NFL Europe. They was the same
Yeah,
set of teams. Sorry,
but-
Ollie.
no, it's okay. What I'm trying to say is that they have a huge
Barcelona,
fandom there. They sell out. Everybody comes wearing every team. You see Dolphins fans there, Ravens fans, Jaguar fans. Any team, you see some representation at those games, and they sell out. So I would believe that they are trying to make a European league. Now, if you're talking about, is it going to be the Manchester Dolphins? Hell no. If anything, if there's a country that I think that has more Dolphin fans than anywhere else outside the United States, it is going to be Brazil, particularly because we're marketing the crap out of Brazil compared to the other teams. So that's why I really think we are going to be playing games in Brazil shortly.
So it's the Rio de Janeiro
Dolphins. You could say that. I mean, I'd be okay. Hey, let me ask you guys this, because I mean, I understand we want to see our team practice and go to team practices during the summer. I get that. But in soccer, usually when teams go on a preseason, they go on a preseason tour to a different country. Like my favorite team is coming here to United States, for example, and they're going to be playing games in Florida and up the East Coast. How would you guys feel about your team going to like a different country like Brazil or somewhere like that to practice and get ready for the preseason or whatever?
They're
I
going
don't
to
like
Mexico
it. I
City
don't like
already.
it.
I
I
don't
don't
know if
like
I
it.
want them to go to Brazil.
I
There's
want to
just
be
too
able to
many
see
dan-
them. That's just my
too many
opinion.
dangerous species in that freaking Amazon. I don't want that.
That's actually a good point. I didn't think about that, Crypto. But for
Bro,
me,
they got catfish that can swim up your urethra, man. I don't want nothing to do with the Amazon.
oh, you just killed me going to the
Right.
Amazon.
Uh-oh.
Color. I'm not going to the
Exactly.
Amazon.
Amazon a little bit too risky.
I want to be able to watch my team during the summer, you know, see what they're doing at camp. I like being able to go to camp and see them. So for me, that would suck, but I would be okay for one game. If it meant like one game playing in Japan or someplace like that, I'd be okay with it. Just during the preseason only, though. I don't like
No, man.
personally.
Keep
I
practice.
don't.
Keep practice right in Miami, man. Practice in that heat and humidity, man. That way there, man. We're conditioned, bro. You
But
feel what I'm saying?
Fred, let me ask you this though. Let me ask you this: if we had to play an overseas game, wouldn't you rather have that overseas than during the regular season overseas? Just saying. It's cool that we're going to Germany, but at the same time, I kind of wish that game was here. I know Color was talking about if that Kansas City game was here, he would have been the first one buying tickets. He already talked about it.
The only thing
I'm pissed, man. I ain't get to go to Micro Center now, bro.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm right there with you, man. I'm with you.
The only thing I want NFL to get rid of, and it's just a selfish, stupid, crazy Dolphin fan, is the bye week. I'm sorry. I hate the bye week. I don't like it.
Yeah. And
I kind of don't like it neither in a way because it kind of disturbs the whole flow of the freaking season.
I think if you have a Thursday night game, the bye week really should be null and void.
I'm not sure the bye week has ever been favorable for Miami. Like, I'm not talking about its position. I'm talking
favorable
about
to anybody.
It has
really.
never done anything but hurt us in the middle of a season, bro. Taking that time off. It's always hurt us.
It interrupts the flow, especially when you're on the roll.
The only time I didn't mind the bye week was when we had it like week 13 or week 9, 10 or some 11 or something. When was that?
And what the heat is on, Pete.
Like deep in the season?
Hey, and you know one thing about the
well, we had it pretty late last year, but I just
we
don't think we've ever been successful after a bye week.
That's when our
But
streak
you know
started.
what I noticed with our team too? One thing about the bye week is when approaching, our guys don't play, so they'll take a week off before the bye week even hits. It's like players take the extra week off, play a little less, and then take the bye week. It's like that's how it feels in our end. It's hit us hard.
What about primetime games? Are we going to show for primetime games?
That's a good question. That's the $1 million question, Cap.
I like what Color said on Stevie D's channel this morning. Every game's a primetime game, technically.
Seems like we don't do good at
you
night
can make
games,
that
man.
argument. There's an argument for that.
We don't do good at night games.
What I'm concerned about is with all the people, with all the stupid Buffalo fans last year threatening to petition OSHA and all this other stupid shit. I have a feeling the NFL is going to double screw us over and make all our primetime games at home, so we can't use the advantage of the heat.
Well, by the way,
Yeah, that happened in the Steelers game, Color.
Watch, they're going to do it. They're going to do it because they don't want no players suing them over freaking heat stroke and shit. They're going to do it like proactively to ward off the liability. Oh, it's hot in Miami. That's the latest thing everybody's complaining about. So we're going to put all Miami's home games in prime time.
Oh well, it's hot in Arizona too. Or what?
And by the way,
yeah, it is.
If you're looking at that word prime time, thing about it was when TV started, you got to realize that majority of people work 9 to 5. So a lot of people, I would say about 80% of people were at home at around 8 o'clock, the schedule of prime time. So that's when most people were watching TV. So that's
right.
You know what I'm saying?
That was the prime time to make money.
Right. Or you just look at it by Pacific time because that's 5 p.m. Pacific. And they're home by 5 p.m. Pacific, so everybody's at home.
Yeah, the word prime time was meant to speak to the advertisers. Like, this is the prime time. In other words, you pay more for this commercial spot.
Well,
this is the game you don't want to miss.
Hold on. One thing I'm gonna last thing to say about it is one thing I say 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock is because remember when families went home, they did their homework. They had dinner together. There wasn't no sitting in front of the TV. So
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Hell, half the homes there wasn't even a TV to sit in front of.
I mean, in reality, everything has changed so much. We didn't even have out-of-market games or out-of-the-country games back then.
Nope. The first one, I think when we find out the first one was in like the early 2000s.
That's what I'm saying. It just started.
Or 98, maybe. I think it might have been 98. I think they played in Mexico or Japan.
So therefore, that's why I say like primetime games aren't only excluded to only be in the late time games. Like, it has to be a nighttime game. No, things have changed. Things have changed.
Yeah, now it's a matter of matchups, what's on the line, how many people are plan to watch it. So, for instance, like I said earlier this morning,
so much to
you could have a Sunday regular 1 o'clock game, and if the playoffs are on the line and it's Aaron Rodgers versus Patrick Mahomes, that's a primetime game. It don't matter if it's 1 o'clock on a Sunday.
Correct. So 4 o'clock is considered prime time.
And by the way, last year's Green Bay game was a 1 o'clock Sunday game, and it was considered a prime time because it was Christmas and the only game on.
That's also the variables that constitute it. Sure. Now this early out where we don't know any of the results of the season yet, the variables we can go off of are limited. We can only go off things like big names, time slot, which is going to be evening. So we can really only call the games that are like predict that they're primetime games based on the conventional reasons stuff is primetime, time slot, stuff like that. So right now, the only primetime games we have are night games and a game if you think it matters, like Tua versus Mahomes or something. That's in Germany. That's prime time, even though I don't think it'll be the only game on TV, but my point is we don't know which games are going to evolve to be primetime games until the season.
Yeah. I want to call out Michael K here. He tried to provide some commentary, but next time if you're going to provide commentary, Michael K, maybe you should do your homework to be more accurate. If you actually hit the rewind button a little bit and listen to what Color said, he said the first out of country game, even referenced Mexico. That's what he was referencing, not necessarily a European game. 2007 wasn't the first game. 2005 actually was the first game where the Arizona Cardinals played, I believe,
the Raiders, I think, in Mexico.
Hold on. It was the San Francisco 49ers, 31-14 at Estadio Azteca in Mexico City.
And they were playing the Cardinals?
Yes. The 49ers.
Damn,
so that was
hey,
in
time
2005.
Both Southwest
I know,
teams.
18
Well,
years
San
ago,
Fran's
man. I
not
can't
quite
believe
south,
it.
but
How
That
fast
game
time
felt
flies.
like it was so close.
And by the way,
Yeah,
Color,
18 years have passed since that game. Damn, it's a
by
long
the way,
time.
Color,
Flies, dude.
I want you to think about something else. Remember, people say, "Oh, watch the game film." I don't think people have actually seen film, actual literal game film, in a long fucking time. What the actual game film?
I know, right?
So
it's like watch game film, Color. It's like I called every game. I don't know what was I just making shit up. Like, hey, it's just I'm calling the game from the imagination in my head.
Y'all seen the schedule, the home and away split? Like,
actually,
it is so
Kevin
crazy
Lee,
to me.
Kevin Lee, I would prefer a away game and a home game at the end. I'd rather close with a home game than the start with a home game, in my opinion. What about you guys?
It really don't matter to me. This upcoming season, I prefer.
I want to play the Jets opening.
I prefer to start it on the road, Shake, and it has to be a
game,
divisional opponent.
Yeah, to start the game, I would say road is fine. I'm okay with that. But I don't want just a divisional opponent. I want the hardest team you can play for. Let's bring them on.
I want to knock out.
I don't want no.
They'll be hungover from the
Let me
summer.
get me the hardest
like
freaking
that.
team. Get me the biggest bang for my buck. I want the first game. Let's get it over with. And
Well,
Chiefs,
that'll be Carolina.
whoever it may be.
Yeah, you want a litmus. You want a litmus,
okay.
Ali. I get it.
That'll be the Alabama Bowl.
That'll be Carolina.
Bring them on.
Because think about it. Because think about what Ali's saying. It's a litmus. Let's say we play the hardest team in the league first game of the season. And let's say we play them close, but we still lose. I don't think that destroys our encouragement for the season. We're like, holy shit, we went toe-to-toe right out the gate.
I would be good with that.
We can't do that.
Especially, look, check this out. So, look, there's
You can't gauge nobody when they're coming off
really
a
Because,
high.
look, if we were to play the Chiefs, right, and let's say they score 49 points and we score 45, we're going to still not feel bad that, oh, hold on, Vic Fangio couldn't stop him, and we're not going to feel bad that we allowed a whole bunch of points to the Super Bowl Mahomes. It's going to be early on in the season. We're going to have all the excuses to use. And being close, scoring 45 is going to make everybody be like, wow.
Here's the other.
No, it's going to be a false. I don't want a false sense of security. That's why I don't want to play him late. I want to play him late.
Crypto. Here's the no. Wait.
I don't want that.
Hold on.
I want to play him late when everything matters.
Hold on. Here's the thing, though.
That's going to give me security going into the playoffs.
What's the one? What excuses do we always provide when we lose to somebody in the middle of the season? Oh, well, we had all these injuries here and all these injuries there. All this. You know what? Fuck that. I want our best, healthy, 100%. Playing their best,
that's why
100%. Very first game, get it
Ali,
over with.
that's why you have a
never
53-man
about
roster.
what the injury is.
See, to me, Crypto.
That's why I never use the argument.
To me, Crypto, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. It's not like a true test of what that team is going to be by the end of the season. I get what you're saying. What I'm just saying is, what I'm saying is, if we play a team like that close, right out the gate, then later in the season, when we're playing the Detroits of the world and the Commanders of the world, we're not feeling like we're just this inferior team and we're barely competitive.
And let me tell you, that feels like the only team.
No, because that could be a playoff trap. Because when we get that real team in the playoffs, we'd be like, man, how did we get blasted by 30 points?
Nobody's going to get trapped in the playoffs. Everybody knows what Patrick Mahomes is in the playoffs, bro. Nobody's getting trapped, man.
I mean, the tape is out now. You don't have to worry about that anymore. And listen, here's the reality. I think taking Kansas City. Hold on, real quick, Fred. And I'll let you go. I apologize. I think taking a team like Kansas City late in the season is a weak path. I'm sorry.
No, it's a weak path.
The thing of it is, this is also the Crypto.
Balls on the line and show what you're made of.
Ali, and this is also the Crypto.
Because you're gonna be hungover.
If we play the Chiefs late in the season instead, hold on. If we play the Chiefs late in the season instead, where they are bringing their best and whatever else, Well, we don't make it to the playoffs to face them again in the playoffs. Like, what does it matter at that point? Because we're not getting to the playoffs.
You are kind of right about that. I mean, go ahead, Fred. I'm sorry. Go ahead,
check
Fred.
it out, man. Like,
you need wins. You need wins to make the playoffs. Period.
Maybe we want to see
Yeah,
the
you
Chiefs.
do, but maybe that's not the clinching game, though.
Maybe we want to see the Chiefs
to lose that game.
on, and maybe they won't have Patrick Mahomes. How about that? Shit.
Maybe, but all things being equal, Crypto, what if we had to clinch through Patrick Mahomes at the end of the season instead of getting the W on him in the beginning of the season and clinching against somebody like the Browns?
No, because then again, you still will have to face them in the playoffs.
Hey, we, you know what? This is the same argument as it was before Minnesota, bro. We have to get W's to make the playoffs. I don't know why people think that we can just like, oh, I'd rather do this or I'd rather do that.
Oh, yeah, man. Ain't no
we need the damn W's early and often.
We did. We started 8-3.
Well, exactly.
Right, and I'm saying three. Right, and three of those 8 wins were against strong playoff teams.
Right, and what did that amass to? Nothing when we played that strong playoff team in the playoffs.
Okay, but if those 3 losses came at the end of the season, we might not make the playoffs.
We did. We was on the slide when they won one of our last 7 games. What are you talking about?
Bro, we backed into the playoffs by the Patriots beating the Jets, bro.
As a matter of fact, we were on a losing streak going into the playoffs.
I don't doubt that.
Here's another look at this. Sal made the comment that I want to beat down first game. Here's the reality of it. Last season, look what happened, bro. We played New England playoff team, Ravens playoff team. Look at Buffalo Bills.
I don't even count the
Hold on, Crypto. Supposedly they were the Super Bowl contenders or almost guaranteed to win it all that season. And we won all 3 of those games. I'm not afraid of any Kansas City Chief here. I'm sorry. I'm not. Bring the Kansas City Chief. Bring the Eagles. I don't care. Let's get it done.
Then you should want to play them in January 1st when everything's on the line.
I want to play them now. I want to play
don't get me wrong. I ain't afraid of when we play them.
If you ain't
afraid of when we play them, I'm just saying.
January.
I'm not afraid.
Look, I ain't afraid of when we play them. I'm not afraid of the Chiefs. I'm not afraid of the Chiefs or when we play them. What I'm saying is you have a higher probability of getting a W on them earlier in the season, and we need W's.
That's my
what
point.
I was just about to say, Color.
But we need W's, which we did already. We ran off 8 in our first 11.
Right, but our schedule ain't what it was last year.
It was still the same proportion as far as.
I'm just trying to say, bro. I don't give a damn who the opponent is early in the season. We have to win.
Don't you guys understand?
And beating a team like Kansas City can go a long way for optics, bro. You know what I mean? You want the media to stop shitting. You want the media to stop shitting on Miami throughout the season. You beat the Kansas City Chiefs in week 2. That's what you do.
That's the only thing you can do.
They beat the Buffalo Bills in week 2 last year, and they still shitting on us.
Yeah, because why? Why'd they beat the Buffalo Bills in week 2? Because anybody can. It's the Bills, bro.
No.
He was 2-3 points better than them. That's why.
There was only a little bit of fans. There was like 5 Pete's out here that were dogging the Dolphins after that miraculous run, especially after week 2, Crypto, after that complete meltdown from the Ravens defense, and Tua assassinated it with 6 touchdown passes. Nobody was dogging the Dolphins in the media nationally after week 2.
Yeah, exactly. They were talking about MVP for Tua.
Yeah, exactly. All the way.
Well, yeah, you can't.
Even Kyle Brandt didn't know what to say.
That.
He didn't even know what to say.
After MVP discussion, really don't talk up until December, realistically.
The point is that the media was not shitting on us. That's the point.
Exactly. The media.
But the point is, I don't care if they was or was it not. I don't care whether they was or wasn't. It only matters when you play in January.
It's pretty damn aggravating, bro. It's aggravating to listen to the media shit on us all the time.
I don't care about the goddamn media. I'm used to that stuff. I'm immune to the media sitting on us.
I don't care about them either, but I care about feeling aggravated when I don't have to.
Dude, I'm a fan of a team that went 108 years between World Series. So you think I give a damn about the media?
Yeah, I guess you are a bedfellow with aggravation, I'd imagine.
Shake money and Color. Listen, I gotta bounce to get ready for our recording tonight. I'll see you both there.
Yeah, I'll be there,
so
brother.
Fins up, everybody.
All right, Ali,
love you all.
Show.
High 9, is that what high 9:30? What time? You tell me what time we start?
It's Binky. It's the same thing we do every night. We try to take over the world, man. 9:30.
Try and start on time. Same thing we do every night. Try to start on time.
And by the way,
Hey.
What's up, man?
One thing me and Delusional Patriots fan could agree on is that Kyle Brandt is the president of the Josh Allen Bone Stroker Club.
Yes. That's correct, Shake Money.
Hey man, you guys.
That is correct.
Hey man, you guys.
Kyle
you
Brandt,
guys forgot about. You guys forget the whole
And a
point.
lot of us crypto are tired of the argument. So if we get a chance to go after a team like the Chiefs early in the season, and even if we're competitive and lose, it's just going to be so much better optics going forward than it will if we keep muddling through these crap teams like Buffalo and, things like that. I mean, I don't know, man. I'm just.
Hey man, look, you guys, man, sitting up here.
Man. I'm just past the regular season.
We're gonna lose. I'd rather lose to a team. Okay, I guess what I'm trying to say is I'd rather lose to a team early in the season like Kansas City instead of the Minnesota Vikings. That's what I'm trying to say.
I ain't trying to hear about that. Lose to this team at this point. Lose to that team at this point. What it is, man.
Well, when we can't beat the Vikings at home, beat the Vikings at home, and our entire stadium is filled with their fans, I don't think there's any way to avoid that, Fred.
Every week is a hard week, man. Cut that shit out, y'all. Cut it out, man.
Every week is hard. You're right.
I'd rather see
except
this
the difference is, ain't nobody calling those fans that didn't show up non-fans. They call me a non-fan.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm the one that went there and sat with all that purple.
Purple.
I'd rather.
It looked like a Prince concert. But before we,
yes, it was. It was Purple Rain all over.
It was fucking lavender clean into the home section.
It was Purple Rain big time.
We need to pause for a commercial break. We need to pause for a quick commercial break. Kevin Lee with the $5 donation. Panel. Does Tua go toe-to-toe with Lamar again and get at least 5 touchdowns early this season? I'll say it's a possibility, maybe. Listen, I'm going to tell you this. I don't care if he
That's the coach. That's John Harbaugh.
Listen, I don't care if he gets no touchdowns. Win the game. That's more important. So,
right.
That's not a Lamar question. That's a John Harbaugh question.
That's it. That's where I'm at.
I don't buy
It'd be
all
much
this.
easier to take that position when you're 10-0, though. You know what I mean? Like, we won a couple games. We won a couple games 11-9, but we're 10-0.
I'd rather see that team at this point.
That actually happened in the Wildcat season, Color. We won a bunch of games like that.
Oh yeah,
Shake. We could be winning all week. We could be 10-0. But if we keep winning because of the defense, that's not shaking nobody away. That's going to sit here and still cause a storm. It's going to be a cloudy day over the quarterback position every single week if we continue to win with the defense. I mean, we're gonna be happy we're 10-0, but we're still going to be like, at some point, we have to win because of the offense. It's going to be we can't just keep being like this.
We have to win every game like the Cleveland Browns game.
There's teams that won with the offense regular season. Look at Josh Allen.
I know. I mean, we're going to always be like that.
Hold on, Pete. Josh Allen is primarily the reason why they won 13 games. And
yes. For the most part, and then boom,
but he's been exposed by the Miami Dolphins.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, what's up?
Yes.
Okay, man. Like, I don't give a shit about when we play a team, if it's early in the week, the middle of the week, or the end of the damn season. What it is, man, go get them W's and let's solidify ourselves as an AFC contender, probably Super Bowl favorite, and let's go. I don't care when we see y'all, early, middle, or late. Let's just get these W's and go ahead and do what we do.
I'm glad real quick that I be listening
to that point.
Shows. I'm glad
I don't care when we see y'all.
What was that, Lewis?
Hold on, Fred, because I'm glad I be listening to these shows and I hear Pete say the certain things, so I can just ask him a certain question. Because Pete just said, if we're 10-0, everybody's going to be happy. But if the defense is winning those games, it's going to be the same. And we're still going to be complaining about the same thing, which I completely agree with Pete. It's funny, though, that it comes from Pete's mouth, because when we were 8-3 last year and we were balling and the offense was winning games, Pete was saying that the offense was still the problem. So how is it that see that things again, Pete, and you know me, I love you. You're
Wait.
but you say certain things. You just hate this guy so much, and you don't like the offense. You won't give him no credit. So it doesn't matter who's winning. You ain't giving them no credit anyway.
Well, again, the moral of my statement was
the offense
winning with the defense.
Was the offense winning last year? Yes or no? When we were 8-3, was the offense winning or was that the defense?
I mean, I'll let Pete answer, but I mean, Lewis, I don't know, 24 points a game on offense. I don't know, man.
Again,
you can't argue that too much, man.
I would say 65-35, Lewis.
You guys want to go to the average.
You can win games with 24 points, man.
Hey, Lewis, I'll answer your question about percentages. I would say 60-40 is our offense.
No. You want to go to you want to go to the average when I say at 8-3. You want to go to the average. But in the average in that 8-3 period, right? Yeah, that was what the average color put out 24 points a game. That was for the season. But when we were 8-3, our average was probably way higher because we were putting 30 pretty much on everybody. Weren't we? At that time,
no, in the last part of that in November.
But our defense was also holding people to 21 at that period of time.
I cannot believe we're doing this. See, this is where I get misconceived as a flip-flopper. The first 2 years, the defense carried not only Tua, it carried the team. Last year, it was the offense.
Carried us to what?
Hold on.
At least wins, color.
Exactly. That's exactly.
8 of them.
They were carrying us to wins.
8.
They were carrying us to win. Again, you see, y'all moved the argument again. What was said was if the offense is winning us games or the defense is winning us games, we'll still have a problem on offense. That's not y'all moving the goalpost.
You're moving it by ignoring the fact that we lost 2 more games after that. We were 8-5 when our starting quarterback got benched.
Okay.
Not 8-3.
Okay. All right. I mean, that's cool. I mean,
we just want to ignore the downtrend. I don't understand why our season stopped. Our season stopped. Hold on. Our season stopped. The moment we stepped foot in San Francisco, our season stopped. So that's all we can judge anything on anymore.
Hey, Cutter, hold on, because he's the one that came in and said my name. But in reality,
what uptrend?
You go do the tape. I'm literally complaining. The only thing I was saying about the offense early on was it's too one-dimensional. While you guys were negating that, I kept telling everybody early on, yeah, we're winning. Some of the passes are off target. It's not as crazy as you guys are making it seem. That was number one. That was my argument. The ball placement and how it's so one-dimensional, all Hill and Waddle. And early on, I had people going against that. Like, no, it's not all Hill and Waddle. And then it started coming out on the national media. And then that's what was backing up my statement. But I don't expect people to back up my statement on these panels. I expect everybody to go against me and disregard it. But at some point, everything always comes to light. Just like that take that I was saying about that. And the Waddle drops and everything. Come on, Lewis. Like, you're not going to sit here and try to double down on that. Like, there's no way. When I was complaining about the offense, it wasn't about the points being scored. It was actually about Tua, his ball placement, and a lot of the other stuff. Like, let's just keep it real over here.
To answer your question, Lewis, I would say 60 to 65% you can credit the
offense.
Well,
if you again, let's go back to the points per game averages for both.
And Crypto,
hold on, Pete.
This is real quick. Crypto, who was the only guy on the panel with you up there claiming that this is going to be a 70-30 offense?
But to Crypto's point about percentages, both sides of the ball. Defense gave up roughly 24 a game. Offense scored roughly 24 a game. So to your point, Crypto, it is actually 50-50.
This whole fan base was talking, no, we got McDaniel, the run game coordinator. It's 50-50 offense. Yeah, I was the only one saying that. The same thing I was saying was Crypto during that offseason and where it was going to be 60-40, 70-30. I pushed it, Sheik. I said 70-30.
And in a 16-game season, or I should say since we went to the playoffs, in an 18-game season last year, what was our record? Exactly 50%.
Yeah. By the way,
Yeah, it was.
before the
It was fun.
before the preseason game started, crypto moved it up to 65-35.
Yeah, that's it, Shake Money.
I mean, all around, every way you look at it, all of the numbers. This is why I don't have a problem using stats this particular way, because all of the stats correlate to a 9-8 season, which is exactly what we were. All of it correlates to a 500 season, 9-9. That's what we were.
Hey, look, can we look at it?
Injured at quarterback color. If not, we would have been 14-3. Like the rest
I
of the
don't,
fan
you know
base
what? But see, they can say, people can say that all they
if
want,
we
but the
go 11
reality is our quarterback didn't finish the season, so we were 9-9, regardless of what the reason was.
Would you guys think that we have a good season if we win 11 games?
And going to the Super Bowl, color. I didn't buy
man.
none of that crap.
Hey,
I mean, our quarterback is part of the damn team too, and if we can only get 13 games out of him, then that's what we are, 50-50.
Hey, look. This is a crazy argument.
I'm glad everybody feels like that. Well,
Lou, let me get on this, Lou.
So why the hell then do we say, oh, if they had a comparable quarterback in the Jets, they would have had 2 more wins? The fact of the matter is, since we're going to play that card, the fact of the matter is they didn't
because Zach Wilson is trash compared to Tua.
Exactly. Aaron Rodgers will actually add 4 wins.
Again, that's not what was just fucking said up here. What was said up here was the fact of the matter is that was the hand that we were dealt. Tua's trash. Tua got hurt. Tua's whatever. So the Jets finished 7-9, and the fact of it is Zach Wilson was their.
So you just did the same, bro. You just did the same thing. You just did the same thing that Tua and ears, bro. Nobody said Tua was trash. Nobody just said Tua was trash. Nobody.
I didn't say nobody up here did. I'm saying Tua was trash last year.
Well, throw some names on it.
Look,
my name is the name I'm using. I didn't say nobody on this goddamn panel.
Well, you're talking to people on this panel.
Look, man, look.
When I'm up here, do I talk for everybody?
Bro, how are we supposed to know that, bro?
Come on, man, look.
It's not my fucking job to tell you everything that I'm fucking speaking. I'm not supposed to sit here and say, "Oh, color, this is what I mean when I say this." I'm just talking
because you're right, but you're rebutting our points. And so you have to rebut our points by using language that don't include us as Tua haters.
The argument we had a couple of days ago, but I get the Jets 3 more wins, right? And you, color, told me, well, that's a factor because Zach Wilson was the quarterback. And, if we would insert anybody else, we could easily say they would have 2 or 3 more wins. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, now you're saying,
I'm saying, I'm saying the same thing I've always said. The Jets were good enough last year to get 8 or 9 wins with a better quarterback than Zach Wilson. That's all I've ever said.
And I think they played 4 quarterbacks last year. So that's why I say entering Aaron Rodgers into the Jets gives them 4 extra wins. What did they finish the year off last year? With 8 wins?
Listen to this bullshit.
Win is 12. Okay, we are.
You said 4 quarterbacks. Oh man! Wait a minute. Who had 4 quarterbacks? You said the Jets.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this way, Lewis. Let me ask you this way. If Tua was the quarterback with the Jets last year and not Zach Wilson, what would their record have been?
Look, man. Look, man.
Don't change the subject. I want an answer to the question.
7-9? Are you
really?
Why not? That's what they were. They were a 7-9 football team, just like we were a 9-8.
Then you're the one that's comping Tua to Zach Wilson, not me.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about none of that. You see that again? We're moving the goalposts. You can say what the fuck you want. The fact of the matter is, they were 7-9. I don't give a fuck about none of that.
Hey, Shake, I think I can offer some that'll help both sides.
Okay, fine. Then just add those wins to Aaron Rodgers' WAR because it's 5 wins instead of 3. Then.
Hold on. All right, Fred. Let Fred get the floor. Fred. He's been chomping at the bit to get this. Go ahead, Fred.
Thank you, Shake. Thank you, Shake, man. Come on, man.
Hey, good stuff.
we need to look at our team, man. It's like, look, some weeks the defense is going to have to play up. Some weeks the offense is going to have to pick it up. You know, it's just it's a team thing, bro. I mean, it ain't about like, oh, the offense got to put up this many points. The defense need to hold down. Some weeks the defense are going to come through. Some weeks the offense are going to come through. It's just simple as that, man. I mean,
nobody argues.
I can agree with that, Fred. I can agree with that, Fred. Good point.
Of course, because in reality, 24 and 24 as far as points per game is likely to be a game here where we win 42-6, and then another game where we might only win 9-6. You know what I mean? So I get that the averages don't work out in reality that way. But overall, you can say, look, it all correlates. 24 points per game on both offense and defense. We're 9-9. I don't see why you can't correlate that. That's 50-50. That's an average football team.
A color with the additions that we made to the draft and stuff, you know, barring Tua stays healthy, how many points have they added from their current average?
I expect at least what Shan Gailey was putting up.
I don't know if y'all
I expect at least what Shan Gailey was putting up, 25.1 points per game. That's what I expect.
All right. Okay,
I expect on defense I expect that Fangio would be able to get us back to our 3-year running average before Boyer took over, which was 21 points per game. That's what I expect. Theoretically, not in reality, but theoretically, we should win every football game.
Let me ask y'all. Y'all think losing?
What's up, Pete? You gonna ask me something?
Yeah. Irvin, you just gotta back out with that mic, dude, because it's really bad.
Oh, okay.
Really bad.
Damn, Pete, how the tables are turned, huh? I remember I used to give you shit about your mic.
When your ratio, when your points ratio is 25-21, you're beating teams like the Minnesota Vikings in your own stadium.
Okay, look. How about when we come up to defenses, man, that are top 3, and we just can't put points up like that, man? Then what we gonna do? Now we're gonna hope that the defense can hold it down for us. Ain't that what we're gonna do? Ain't that what we're gonna do?
Live tomorrow with the
you ain't
schedule
got no choice.
Ain't that what we're gonna do?
Oh no,
That's
El
what
you ain't got no
Capitan.
choice, bro.
By the way, El
You gotta hold it
Capitan
down
this
tomorrow
morning
at
that
this
he's
time,
going
Jake.
live. El Capitan will be going live tomorrow. So
We're gonna be playing the
Y'all
Jets
look up.
on the first weekend. Buckle
El
up, fellas.
Jefe is going to be live tomorrow, brother.
We need the link drop
I am
tomorrow
excited,
with the
bro.
schedule drop. The schedule drops tomorrow at 8. We need TFTG to be live with the link drop. We need to come up here and talk record prediction. All of that.
17-0. I'm giving you an early preview, Pete. 17-0.
Hey, like I told you guys, El
Who
Jefe
said
El Capitan
17-0?
will be live tomorrow, bro.
I did,
17-0.
Fred. I'm going on that limb. 17-0 minimum.
Hey,
Okay,
Lewis, let me
how we
ask.
gotta think.
This question is not for you. It's posed to you, but it's not for you, right? All these people that are like, oh, the Jets are like, and you alluded to it. You said that with an average quarterback, somebody better than Zach last year, they would have had the same. They would have been below average, right? So that suggests that this idea of the Jets being this big powerhouse besides their quarterback is bullshit.
Man,
why are we even talking up the Jets at all if we think they're a 7-win team with an average quarterback? Because we're a 9-win team with an average quarterback.
That's my whole point.
But that's my point, Lewis. I don't think the Jets are that much. Like, I think they're more average than Zach Wilson credited them with. That's all I'm saying. Everybody else agrees that the Jets are a powerhouse this year. So then why wouldn't they be an 8-win team?
I'm not going to call them a powerhouse.
We act like the Jets played all season with Zach Wilson. Didn't multiple quarterbacks play for them?
Look, I'm not. I don't consider the Jets. I don't consider the Jets a powerhouse, man.
Mike played for him too.
Yeah, and he got injured.
Now we got Tyler Kroft. Like, we're picking up all the bad Jet players. That's what we're doing. We got Dan Feeney, Tyler Kroft, Mike White. We picked up all
No,
the bad
what I'm saying is to Color's question, Color's like, oh, we're 7 and they were 7 and 9, and they had Zach Wilson. No, they didn't. They didn't have him all year. They were in the same situation.
Okay. That was just a name. That was just a placeholder for below average quarterback play. Because if you think Flacco played at average quarterback play, I mean, come on, bro.
Well,
We should have signed him as our backup if he was playing average with them last year.
And that's the same argument, Color, for Teddy Bridgewater. If we think Teddy Bridgewater was giving us average quarterback play, then
except he was actually giving us above average quarterback play. That's where the argument is.
No, he wasn't.
Oh, so throwing for 329 yards, and when you're thrust into a backup role that you didn't expect to play that week.
Again, this is
really
the argument. One game, right? One game. Mike White also threw for 300 last year with the Jets. What did that do?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. We talk about Teddy Bridgewater's one game. What did Teddy Bridgewater do for us against New England? What did he do for us? Did he play good? Did he play above average play in that game? No, he did not. So the fact of the matter is, again, what I'm saying is, it's the same thing we had that argument about a couple of days ago.
So yes, actually, I would say yes, he played average. Between the two games, he played average. One he shined in, one he didn't shine in. That's average.
Okay, well then Mike White played the same thing. Mike White played above average, and then the next game he played like trash. So then he.
And how many games did he play last year?
Mike White, I think 3 or 4.
Did they win those games?
I think 2 of them.
Okay.
2 and 2, correct?
Okay.
So that's average. And they were still 7 and 9. That's what I'm saying.
Right. But what I'm saying is, take Mike White out of it, and they only get 5 wins. Get somebody better than Mike White, and they have 9 wins.
Okay, well, take Skylar Thompson away from the Dolphins, and we get 7 wins or 8 wins.
Probably. You're probably right. You're probably right.
Okay, I mean,
you're probably right. You're probably right.
None of our backups won a game either.
And a new GM right now.
Hey, by the way, hold on. Let's pause for this commercial break real quick. Kevin Lee with the $5 donation. Guys, bottom line, the Jets beat backup quarterbacks except 2 teams they played. Notice they lost every other game when starters played. Jets 3rd in the division. Thank you again, Kevin Lee. Much appreciated.
Yeah, you keep thinking, who has all that crazy sound?
Let's go to a totally winless Jets. Let's go to a totally winless Jets. If the Jets were 0-17 last year, you don't think Aaron Rodgers could will them to 5 wins?
I said 4, and they called me crazy, and I'm with you, Color. I think
you don't think they would go 5-11 with Aaron Rodgers on that same 0-17 team?
No, they're not going 5-11. Oh, you're talking about a different team. No, I'm talking about Jets.
Aaron Rodgers farts out a win just from rolling out of bed each year. Come on, man.
Color, I'm with you
and
on
that's
that
where
one.
we just part ways. I'm not saying that they're not going to be better. I'm giving them 3 wins, but no, I'm not going to give them 5 wins on top of the 7 they had last year. I'm not giving them 6.
Okay. And based on the indications of Aaron Rodgers' recent attitude, I would agree with you on that. I just believe that his recent attitude has to do with the situation in Green Bay, and I don't think he's going to be shitty at the Jets. I don't think he's going to feel shitty.
I think he loves it. He's happy. He's motivated.
Okay, can I throw a scenario at Color? Because I don't know if Color's ever heard me say it, and I would really like to pose this question to him, right? Because to your scenario, I'll give you that. If you think that Aaron Rodgers was unhappy the last couple seasons in Green Bay and his heart wasn't in it, okay, that's fine. I won't debate that. But my argument, Color, or my question to you is, knowing Tua's recent injury history, and I think the young man knows that if he, for whatever reason, doesn't stay healthy this year, right, he knows he's out of the building. So barring, let's say, an ACL where we could see he's out for the year, right? Let's say it's Tua drops back, he hits his finger on the helmet, the finger is swollen or whatever, right? Do you think that, again, I'm just going to play the devil's advocate on your point, I think Tua don't sit out that next week with jam little finger. I think he pushes through it. You see what I'm saying? So
I do think the rubber is starting to meet the road in that regard. If that's absolutely.
Okay. So then in that argument, I would say I don't think Tua's missing all the games that we've seen him miss. I think barring a catastrophic injury, I think he pushes through.
Fair enough.
So then to your point, if Tua's on the field, I just believe we win more than we lose without him.
And by the way, I'm gonna highlight Kevin. I'm gonna have it like even though it wasn't a super chat, he always gives super chat, so I'm gonna highlight his comment. The only difference between Green Bay and the Jets is defense. That's it. The offense is just like Green Bay's. The Jets is.
The only reason I'm not on board with your last take.
Even that bad.
The only reason I'm not on board with your last take, Lewis, is because of I cannot ignore the 3 games before he got taken out, bro. I can't.
I get it, Color, but this is the scenario I always ask people.
Because it's not just about health for me. I'm not one of those people that said, now that I've got health as an excuse, I don't have to critique his play anymore. Bullshit.
I get it. No. I'm with you, Color.
You're talking about Tua, Color?
If he comes out and stinks it up, Color, I'll be the first one with you, crying and complaining and talking shit about him. But what I'm saying is when we talk about those 3 games, right, that he played bad, I'm not disputing that. But it only looks bad, right, because of the aspect of him only playing 12 games. And as your franchise quarterback, you can't, if you're playing 12, you can't give me 3 or 4 bad ones. But
I agree with that in the respect that, yes, if he could have come back and played a couple more games to finish out the season, yes, it would have been easier to stomach a bad run. You know what I mean? Like I could go. Hold on. Let me land. I can go with the bad run mitigation, and I don't want to call it an excuse, but I can go with the bad run reason if he'd have finished out the season for us, if he'd have been in the playoff game.
Okay, but here's the thing,
Color. If he plays 17 games and gives you 4 or 5 bad ones, right? That's still assuming.
Yeah, that's okay, especially if we can eke out a win on one of those bad games. Absolutely.
Exactly.
That's normal.
That's 12 to 13 wins, correct? That's all.
Supposing we win every game he plays in, yeah.
Agreed. That's all I'm saying.
Supposing. And this is what I'm saying, Color. Okay, so now you got fans like me, right, that doesn't believe everything the organization types away on their social media. You got fans like me that will sit here and try to read between the lines of things that happen. So Christmas Eve, somebody just said it today, or it could have been yesterday on a space, that the first half, the Packers were getting toasted by Tua, but they were baiting him. Then the second half came around, and the bait, they took the bait and they started picking him up. Boom, 3 picks, back to back, they figured him out. I honestly feel he was benched because the rest of the way, the Jets defense, we have the Patriots defense, and then I think we ended it off with the game we ended it off. But those were tough games, and I don't think Tua would have won those games with the offense we were rolling with at the time.
I disagree with you on that, bro. They didn't bait him. I didn't agree with that.
Let me finish. The touchdown to turnover differential and the win-loss record would have been crazy to me. He probably would have threw like 2 touchdowns to like 6 interceptions the rest of the way, and he probably would have not scored and got washed away. We would have not made the playoffs. That's why, in my opinion, it was not the concussion. He was benched because we couldn't do much different offensively. Mind you, I said it the other day.
He was baited 3 weeks straight.
Hold on. Mind you, we kept running the same plays. And the only thing we would switch River Craycraft with Jalen Waddle, and it'll be the same play. Boom, same play. We kept doing the same stuff, and we were figured out. And this fan base thinks I'm supposed to forget about this. Why? Because in the first half of the season, Tua played nice versus regular season opponents.
Well, if I were to answer your question there, Pete, I would say I would say that you also have to take into consideration the season is over, and now he's got time to get in the books for another offseason and this and that. You cannot discount that, bro. That is a fair assessment when somebody says that Tua can correct some more stuff. I mean, time heals a lot, bro. More time helps. Does that mean his ceiling is going to be any more than what you think it was going to be? No, maybe not. But what I'm saying is
Tyler,
You're going as if you're going on, but your take is coming from the standpoint as if he's going to pick up and start playing again without a whole other off season and training camp. You know what I mean?
And you know, to me, there's only one thing Tua needs to do to elevate his game even more. There's only one thing. It's just recognize that no, I can't go there with the ball and go ahead and run, get you 4 or 5 yards. That'll help him so much,
Well,
man.
to Pete's point,
that will help Tua.
To Pete's
so
point,
much.
it's recognizing that the defense is figuring you out and changing your game. That's to Pete's point.
That's where he needs to elevate. When he does that, then I'm totally in with him, man.
The playbook, then that'll happen.
Yeah,
and
some of that part, the coaching too.
Fred, like one thing I want to, like you said, like for instance, I want you to run this play, and he's like, no, man, if I do this play, it's not going to work, and we need to change this. We need to change this.
Right. There you go. Just take over. Exactly.
That's what I mean by
just take over. Just take over what you see on the field. Fuck that, man. Get out of that play. That's not going to work.
The one thing I don't understand is with these people that come back to that, Frank, and say, well, he has to do what coach tells him to do. It's like, look, the coaching staff, the organization, they have made it very clear that he can fuck up and he's not going to be pushed out the door. So why is he so worried about going against what the coach says if it ends up being successful?
I feel what you're saying on that color, man.
That's a good point.
I feel what you're saying on that color, but you know what I mean? Tua's got to look at his team around him and be like, fuck that, man. We're going to do this right here. You know what I'm saying? To win us this game. You know what I'm saying?
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. The argument to that has been, well, he wouldn't do that because that the coach, like he's not going to do what the coach, something that the coach didn't tell him to do.
Okay,
and all I'm
his
saying
game,
is
his game will never take off. Then
the coach has made it very clear that Tua can fucking.
I know what you mean. He can just go ahead and throw it in there,
and he'll still freaking have his job. So what does he care if he audibles the play and takes that chance?
So then his game will never elevate, man. His game will never elevate.
Dude, not to mention, you hear McDaniels all the time. I don't think him and McDaniels are so cool. They watched whatever goofy show on Netflix together on the fucking plane home. I think they have such a good relationship.
Was that 100? Was that the movie 100?
I'm not sure which movie it was. What stupid?
Maybe
show
it was Squid Games.
Something. It was something they watched on the plane back home. But at any rate, what I say that is that I think they're so close that he's not going to mind if he changes the play. I think McDaniels wants to win just as much as he does.
And you know what?
Yeah, but he needs to take the
Especially if the play is successful. Especially if the play is successful. What's he going to say? Adult to adult, professional to professional. Is he going to say Tua was wrong if the play is successful?
So this is the thing we went through with Flores. When Tua do that play and he fucks up, Flores jumps in his case. But McDaniel is like, okay, well, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you're going to be here anywhere. Fuck it. You don't even worry about it.
It ain't like McDaniel is even that much older than Tua, so you can't even go on eldership or anything.
Then you can argue, man. Well, Flores got in his ass when he did that play, or when he should have done that play.
But the thing is,
but again, that's the whole point the whole point of McDaniel's campaign coming into the building was to show Tua, I'm not that same guy.
Yeah, man. Yeah, but okay. So Tua's game, to me, it won't elevate then, man. It won't. If they allow him to fuck up, his game won't elevate. That to me.
But Tua needs to take
that's
that
my
step.
point. Maybe they're not going to allow him to fuck up. If the play is successful, then what you have is a situation where Tua walks back to the sideline, and now you have two professionals facing each other. Is that one professional going to tell the one professional, you were wrong when the play was successful? These are adults here. This is not high school or college.
Right.
They're all professionals.
Right.
And so if I decide that my decision is the right way to go as a professional, and I have that control and it affects me and my image, and I change the play and it's successful, what professional on that football team is going to come up to this professional and tell me I was wrong?
You know what, Colin? That's what made Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, these guys so great. They like, no, fuck you, coach. That ain't working. I got to do this right here. And it turns out they made
It's
the
like
right
Tua
call.
hasn't realized that everybody's an adult in the room.
Yeah, man.
Like it feels like he's still operating as if he's in college under
Yeah,
Nick
man.
Saban.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, he has to
You
take
in
that step
you in
up
a whole
as
nother
being the
league,
leader
man.
of the team,
You
and
in
also
a
too, Coach McDaniels has to take a step up himself. Even though this is his second year, he has to take a step up and stop sticking with the same routine, and what have you, and make changes when the other team make changes. Also, if the other team figures your offense out, then you got to make some changes. You can't just stick with the same thing. But like I said, this is his second year, so McDaniels has to step it up.
And as far as the snow falling in Buffalo, like that shouldn't even be a matter of argument. Like, coach, you really gonna have me pass the ball here? Are you stupid? I would have stopped it right there on the sideline. Like, well, coach, what are you calling here?
So S. Harris, we don't want insubordinates. We want Tua to follow the game plan. But if he sees something that's not going to work, and he still does it anyway, that's going to make the coach look bad. So at the end of the day, it's not about insubordination. It's just about making some changes to make better play calls. Because at the end of the day, defense is audible. Players disguise their defense. So if Tua spots something that he knows is not going to work,
he's not, and he's not a rookie anymore. Shake.
Exactly.
He's not a robot. He has to take that step up.
Fourth year,
he has
man.
to take that step up.
Some teams don't even care who their OC or their coach is because they got a Tom Brady or an Aaron Rodgers. You think the Jets give a fuck whether Hackett is successful or not?
Well, you know, so
we don't know. We don't know if he does it. We don't know if he doesn't.
Nathaniel Hackett is there. Nathaniel Hackett is there to teach the rest of the offense how to work with Aaron Rodgers. That's what Nathaniel Hackett is there for.
But we could hear when somebody calls an audible.
Pretty much. Yeah, you can see it. You can see it in full display.
So Tua, you go ahead and start doing that. Change up what the fuck you saying that ain't gonna work, and then you'll highly impress me, man. Highly impress me.
And again, if it didn't work, let's use the example of the snow in Buffalo.
If it
Tua audibles to a run, the run gets stuffed and the drive gets shortened. Later on in the week, we're all going, "What the hell happened?" If it came out that Tua changed that play to a run play and it wasn't success, I'd be like, thank God.
Well, you know the guys.
Regardless of whether, I wouldn't be excoriating Tua over that because play is a play. It can be successful or it might not be, but he audible to the right one in my estimation.
Yeah.
Well, could I argue? Could I argue though? And again, this is just to play the other side, right? But this is again to kind of defend Tua, and I'll like it if this is the case. If McDaniel, I'll use color scenario in the Buffalo game when the snow starts falling and stuff. Mm-hmm. If McDaniel had confidence in his QB1, right, to throw the ball, whether we like it or not, or whether we disagree, I kind of like the fact that even if Tua sees some, and again, I'm not telling you guys are wrong. I would like to see Tua audible out of something if he sees that what the defense is dictating.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to kill him neither. Because again, if Tua doesn't change the play, Tua's probably like in his mind, bro, I can make this throw, I can make this shit happen. And again, that you don't want that kind of.
But see, Lewis, that's where the failure of thought is at. Maybe he shouldn't have been confident in Tua's arm. Maybe Tua shouldn't be confident to make that throw. I mean, you got to know your own limitations.
That's why Fitzpatrick turned into Fitztragic, because there's been many times where he's on record saying, "Hey, no matter what happens, I'm gonna throw you the ball," and boom, he gets intercepted. So no matter what, he's sticking to his guns, and you live by the gun, you die by the gun.
And again, I hate when people do this, and this is really not what I'm trying to do. I'm not shitting on Justin Herbert.
No. You make a fair point. I just think that there's a time and place for everything, and the snow in Buffalo was not the time to prove everybody your faith in your quarterback. That's all I'm saying. I agree with what you're saying. Like, yeah, at some point he's got to trust in the man and show trust in him and all that. but the snow falling in Buffalo is not the time or place to do that.
Or the rain in Tennessee.
With the game on the line.
Absolutely, and I'm not disagreeing with you guys. What I'm saying is, let's go to the Chargers, for instance. They're in Jacksonville. Trevor Lawrence throws 3 straight interceptions. You got a 24-0 lead, right? It would have been smart to play the running game aspect, save the clock and stuff. The Chargers were throwing the ball. Are we going to kill Justin Herbert for not going to his coach and saying, "Hey, coach"?
Yes, I am. Yes, he's an idiot for doing that.
Yeah,
yes.
He is right.
I just want to have all right, because that's all I'm saying.
This is the point I've been trying to make all offseason, Lewis, is that when people bring up other quarterbacks, all you're doing is telling me that there's 2 quarterbacks that make that mistake.
And that's what I was saying. And again, let me be very clear. I'm not killing Justin Herbert. I'm just throwing that in the scenario. Like, are we going to start killing him for not doing the same thing?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
And that's all I wanted. That's all.
And especially because he's not my quarterback.
If it calls, you're right, Lewis. If it calls for him taking the bull by the horn and being able to master the playbook, he's got to have onus to master his playbook too.
You know who has shown the ability to do that? Joe Burrow.
Absolutely. I'm not disagreeing with you guys.
Yeah, I don't think we're really even disagreeing. I'm more specifically talking about the snow in Buffalo. Like, it's the same with the Tanner Connor drop, right? I get that at some point you got to put your rookies in and see what you got. But on a drive where you're trying to recapture the lead against a division opponent with a backup quarterback, no, just freaking put Gesicki in that spot, damn it.
So,
2-point deficit against the division opponent in a game that you have fully in hand is not the time to be trying to see what you got in your rookie tight end. It's just like when we were balling out against Pittsburgh. That was not the time to be throwing a fade route to your running back.
And you know what? I watched the highlight of the Dolphins. I think it was may have been against the Bills. Gesicki caught a touchdown, and then he may have been mic'd up. Gesicki caught a touchdown.
I'm sorry, by the way, that was Cincinnati with Teddy in the game, is not Pittsburgh.
And then in his celebration, Gesicki was like, "Throw me the damn ball." Like, he wasn't getting it enough after he caught that touchdown. You know what I mean? What I'm getting to is, like, he felt like the ball wasn't coming his way. He was like, "Throw me the damn ball." You know what I mean? So.
And the other thing is, because I've heard, Mike McDaniel wanted to see what he had in his rookie tight end, and I've heard that excuse, and I've heard, Skyler was used to working with the 1s and with the 2s and 3s, so he thought there was better chemistry with Oh yeah, then how's that explain the 30-yard strike that Gesicki caught like 3 plays later?
Play calling.
You know what I mean? Like, it had nothing to do with Skyler works with Tanner during practice, and that's why he was in the game. No, it ain't had nothing to do with that, because he threw a perfect strike to Gesicki later in the game.
I know what you mean, Color. And you know what? McDaniel was throwing some bullshit calls in there, man. At some. You know why?
Because you know what? Man. If Teddy or Skyler can overcome that, then more power to them. But they have to overcome that to outshine QB1.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't care if anybody says that that's tinfoil hat. That's actually a logical move if you're trying to show support for your QB1. Okay, there are politics involved in optics in this sport too. It's a professional sport. So I understand the need for doing that. But if people were to just say it instead of acting like it's some crazy tinfoil hat take, when the evidence is obviously right in front of you, there should have been no reason Tanner Connor was in on that drive.
Hey, Color, what kind of contract did they give Mike White, man? Anybody know?
I don't even know. I thought it was like $6 million or something, or $8 million or something.
No. I can tell you right now. I googled it. I just showed it. Who Mike White's contract?
Yeah, it's really nothing if
I
you
don't
look at
know.
it.
I don't know what it is.
It's nothing.
If it's lower than 4, then there might actually be a competition at
If
QB2.
it's eight, then that's a goddamn shame.
No, I think it gets up to 6 with incentives, but I think the contract really is only like 2-3 million that he's getting.
Because
yes, S. Harris, that's right. If you want to pin that take on me, yes. Mike McDaniel tried to lose on purpose. That's right. That's what I said. Yeah. Okay. I love your understanding of the English language.
What is the shame?
Yeah, that's so simple-minded.
Yeah, that 8 million. I Twisted put 8 million, but I think that 8 million is.
But y'all blame Flores for not trying to lose. Okay, pick your poison. Do you believe in losing on purpose or do you not?
By the way, it's a base $1 million. Exactly. It's a base is $1 million with while carrying a cap hit of $2 million. So it's almost a $3 million cap hit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It ain't shit.
It's 2 years. It's 2 years.
Because what I mean by that, man,
it would have been a year, pretty much.
What I mean by that, it would have been fucked up to give a backup quarterback such a big contract, man. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's not a big contract though. It's not.
Okay.
It ain't shit.
Yeah, I'm just saying, Lou. I'm just saying that would have been a fucked up deal to give him backup quarterback.
Trying to lose would have been telling Skyler to throw the ball in the dirt. That would have been trying to lose.
By the way, I don't think Color said that was an intentional lose. I think that was whose name Connor was just a rookie head coach mistake. That's all that was.
And mistake, yeah, because I don't apply malice to that which can be explained by incompetence, Shake. But at the same time, I don't even think I said he was trying to lose because I prefaced what I said with, if Skyler or Teddy can overcome that obstacle, then more power to him. But that's the obstacle you're going to have to overcome to outshine QB1. That's all I said. It had nothing to do with trying to lose because they were in the game.
And we can.
Stacking the deck. Yeah.
I would give McDaniel. I would say he had some growing pains, man. That's all. You know what I'm saying? First year coach. Maybe he could have even panicked. He could have even panicked in a moment like that. We don't know.
By the way, where did you get your information? Because I just seen this. I just showed you on tape the signing bonus was $1 million. Tell me where'd you get your information, Twisted? And don't say the internet because that's a big fucking place.
That's Alex's answer. Online, bro. Just look online, man.
Maybe he got it from a gas station.
Oh man, good. There's a fault.
I actually think the Tyler Croft signing was pretty okay, man. I really do.
That's a good point, S. Harris, but I don't think he knew whether they were actually inferior or not. It was like if they are, oh well, because the Vikings.
Well, you got to realize too, Tanner Connor was a DFA.
Right. On top of the fact that in the case of the Vikings, now I can't think of any clear example of him stacking the deck in that game per se, but even if he did, what Dolphin fan witnessed it? Because there was nothing but purple jerseys in the stadium. So who even cares if he did? Who even knows it?
I do.
I cannot get over that Vikings loss. I just can't, man. I knew it was going to happen. The fans knew it was going to happen. The organization knew it was going to happen. And everybody just said, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just fill our stadium with purple fucking shirts.
Let me ask you, did Connor push out Hunter Long?
What happened?
What were people saying? Oh, you don't need an NFC game to win to get in the play. Oh, really?
Oh man, every game.
Oh, we don't, huh? Oh, okay. So if the Jets would have beat the Patriots last year, do we need that Minnesota win then?
Yes.
Every game matters, man. Every week matters.
Not even that.
People that act like it's baseball. Oh, we don't really need to beat an NFC team anyway. We really just need to beat our division opponents and our conference opponents. What a bunch of nonsense is that? You think the Chiefs think that way?
No.
Right.
That's delusional talk. In everything.
I can tell you the Chiefs don't think that way because I've been to Arrowhead.
Yeah.
And there ain't nothing but red in that stadium.
Yeah.
Every single week.
Of course.
Yeah, it's not a lot of purple in that stadium.
I'd venture to say there's red in that stadium even on their away games.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, while they do things like that in Missouri, they might actually open the stadium for people to come in and watch it on the big TV. You know what I mean? I don't know if they do that or not, but some teams do.
Yeah. I know for big playoff events they do.
Yeah, I was going to say playoffs, they do that a lot, yeah.
Playoffs.
And by the way, since it's our show now, Shake, like it's Finn's Tailgate, and we're not constrained by Stephen D's lack of interest in the subject, but the Chiefs are playing in Germany because if you take I-64 or I-44 from St. Louis west to Kansas City, you will go through an area of Missouri called the Missouri Rhineland.
Yeah,
and it's nothing but German settlements and vineyards as far as the eye can see all the way out to Kansas City. So it's heavy German country.
By the way, the Rhine River is right in between Auslese and Germany.
Yep. They actually have a state in Germany called Rhineland-Pfalz.
Yeah. By the way, I brought that up in the opening monologue when I talked about this. I brought it up that you brought up that Germany is the sister city to Germany.
Dutzau. It's the oldest. I read up on it earlier too after Steven's show. Dutzau is the first German settlement in the state of Missouri. Mm-hmm. And you also got on the way there out that way. You've got a place called. You got a town called Rhineland, and you also have a town called Herman. And Herman is like, if you go to Herman actually looks like a German city. Like the architecture is the same and all that. And they have like an Oktoberfest there every year with a big like world-renowned wine tasting event and shit. That's all on the way out to Kansas. It's actually on the way out to Jefferson City. Kansas City that's only about halfway to Kansas City. But anything west of that is like mostly German, like heritage.
Hey,
by the way, thank you, Twisted, for stopping by, bro. Doesn't Richie or any of those what's that, Fire Marshal Bill have a channel you could go to or something? Thank you, bro. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
hit the like button.
Fuck Twisted anyway. Who gives a shit?
Everything St. Louis and south is French, and then further south there's a little Greek colony. And there's all kinds, man. Missouri is like, you talk about Florida being a melting pot. Like, Missouri was the place where, like, every single country in this world had a settlement somewhere in that state.
Hey, I heard something about the Jags playing Buffalo out of the country, but Sheba so the Jags play back-to-back out of the country?
Yeah. So they're going to play, and I think week 5 or 6, they're going to play the Falcons, but then the following week, they're going to play the Bills. So if I was a betting man, I would take the Jaguars over the Bills that following week. I think the Jaguars are going to win both games in London.
Back-to-back games
and they're going to be accustomed to the time zone.
I don't want to hear shit then about the fucking Dolphins tough road or they fuck the Dolphins with the schedule. If the Jags have to be out of the country for 2 straight weeks. I don't want to hear shit about none.
They're going to have to live in London for like 2 weeks.
Much appreciated.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, that is a like button, brother. Thank you. Appreciate it.
They'll probably beat the King. We'll go to Big Ben, do all that stuff in England. The Jags are going to have a blast. Hopefully they beat the Bills.
Big Ben. They're gonna just go there and just get a bunch of timepieces and just reminisce over Big Ben.
That's
By the way,
crazy.
who's doing a channel? Who's going live at 9? Tell me, I'm interested. Who are you gonna go see, Twisted? Maybe I'll go troll over there. Yeah, because we're about to shut down at 9 anyway. So I gotta get ready for Ali. Broken takes.
19 minutes for broken takes.
Did Twisted say he's got a channel or something?
No, he's going to watch a Jets channel. I said, "Don't you have a channel to watch?" He said, "Yeah, at 9 o'clock."
Oh, a Jets channel. Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay, long as you believe, Twisted.
That shit is twisted.
I didn't realize Richie was going tonight.
Oh, Richie's going. I'm gonna go over there and troll.
It has to be because he's the only Jets content creator there is.
Okay. That's what's up, bro.
Oh, is he talking about the round table? The round table's tonight, I think.
Yeah.
Aren't they doing a round table tonight?
Yeah.
AFC's,
I mean, TV's live right now.
No, I don't think so.
So it's AFC's round table.
Yeah, I think the AFC's round table is tonight.
Damn.
All I know is I gotta go get me a cooking. What do they call those things that you put over when you're barbecuing? Not an apron or whatever. What's it called?
A bib?
Come on, Cole. I'm too big to wear a goddamn bib. You guys know what I'm trying to say. I need to get me one of those that just says in the front of it, cooking folk. Because that's what I've been doing for the past couple of weeks. Just motherfuckers sauteing and cooking motherfuckers out here.
Damn. Benihana's?
Benihana's crypto. It's like Benihana. First of all, I've been doing so much cooking crypto, it's more like Golden Corral. It's a buffet. It's all you can eat.
It's a Golden Corral.
Hey, Louis, is that why CBA
more
hasn't
like
been around
Shoney's
much?
to me.
There you go.
Mr. Falk.
Hey, listen, and when it was going down, I've seen the one or two idiots in the chat saying, "Oh, here we go. Look at Lewis in color again." I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it for the 19,000 fucking time already. Color is my god. I fucking rock with color. And
we keep getting their hopes up, Lewis. They're like, they're almost done. TFTG's almost done.
Exactly. You're not breaking me in color up, goddamn it. All right? It's not happening.
It's almost finished.
No, see, what I like about debating with Lewis is he's not an idiot.
By the way, thank you, Twisted.
Even if he's wrong, he ain't an idiot, man. He lets you, he understands English.
And by the way, Twisted, you're always welcome here, bro. Any football fan is welcome here. I don't care what y'all say, bro. Appreciate you for coming through and
you're all welcome.
I hope you subscribe. I'm glad you subscribed, brother.
And I'm sorry, but I had to address this. And no, it's not a fucking skirt, Scott Jackson. All right?
I love me some Scott Jackson.
Damn.
By the way, when Amicus cooks, what he does is how Amicus cooks, he fills a bathtub full of hot dogs and just pours boiling water on it.
Yeah, and imagine, guys, if you had a show, if you had two Stephen A. Smiths in the world, and they were on a show together.
Oh God.
That's Lewis and I. Like, you know what I mean?
Everybody knows we got Dan Mitchell's #1 supporter here, Amicus. He's kind of like the Buffalo Stephen D.
Yeah.
Just have my.
I'd have to hate myself to hate Lewis. You know what I mean?
Exactly, bro. This is what people don't understand. Me and Color are the fucking same. We're just two guys that are passionate about football, and we again.
Right now we're just like two blinkers in traffic. Right now they ain't freaking in sync, but they'll be in sync eventually, and then they'll go out of sync again.
Well, see, and again, not just to make this only about me and Color, but what I like to debate people and this goes for anybody, just not color. But what I do appreciate debating color is it never gets to a personal level where color ever questions me being a fan. Same thing with me. I never come at color and say, color, you're less of a fan because your take on this. And for me, again, not speaking for anybody else, but that's what I appreciate. I don't have to fucking agree with you. I'm not looking for you to agree with me. But don't question my fandom. Don't
That's
say
twice.
I'm a better fan.
That's twice that we went at each other over Aaron Rodgers' issue, bro. That's twice now, right? But at no point did you tell me to go be a Jets fan.
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
It doesn't have to dissolve. Yeah, in other words, y'all not like CB83.
Exactly, Mr. Paul. Damn, Mr. Paul coming in hot tonight, man.
I dropped the link there for Amicus. Come up here. You got 15 minutes. I'm closing it down. Come on, Amicus. Come on up here. Ain't nobody gonna time you out.
Come on.
You sure about that, Shake Money?
Yeah, I'm sure. Hey, by the way, I tell you
I
what,
have to
with the
be
last
honest.
15
Amicus is definitely the most intelligent Buffalo fan I know.
By the
but
way,
that's really not
I'm
saying
gonna-
much.
You hear that? You hear that, Mark? You hear that, Mark? I hope you're listening.
I'm gonna pull. I don't care. I'm gonna pull my veto power this one time. Amicus, if you come up here in the next 15 minutes, I will immune you from being banned. So come on up.
Come on up, Amicus.
And I just want to say, Color's last comments about Amicus, that he doesn't speak for everybody on this goddamn panel. Because I haven't met one intelligent Buffalo Bill fan. So that's all
Okay,
I'm
maybe
saying.
I needed to clarify. Intelligent outside the realm of football, like the guy knows jargon. You know what I mean? Like I feel like I could have a real conversation about quantum physics with the guy, or something like that, or history.
What about basket weaving, Color? You can't have a conversation about basket weaving?
Probably. I mean, I have been out to the Southwest. I did go on a Hopi tour on the Hopi reservation.
I'm just saying, I'm trying to stoop it to the level of the Buffalo Bills fan.
I do know how to call forth the rain by dancing.
Hey, listen. If God wanted me to weave baskets, He wanted to put a Dollar Tree down the street from me.
That's true, Shake Buddy. That's true.
Hey, Color, I think we just found our nickname. Tweedledee and Tweedledoo.
I guess I must be Tweedledum then. I must be Tweedledum then. That's what's up.
I guess Amicus must be gone.
Yeah, I guess so. He's probably supporting. He's probably watching Dan Mitchell's channel as we speak.
He's rushing to go find his power charger for his phone. Hey, just so you all know, back in the Justinian era, the chariot races, right? There used to be like factions of chariot teams, and they went by colors, and there was like 4 or 5 of them: the reds, the blues, the greens, and I forget what the 4th color was. It don't matter, because eventually they all killed each other off, and there was only the greens and the blues left. Okay, and the greens and the blues literally went around mobbing people in the streets, random people like that didn't even have to do nothing with the fan base or nothing, and they actually like strong-armed the politicians and got political shit done. We're talking about fan bases of chariot teams, the greens and the blues. Like they ran the city of Rome for like a decade. Everybody was afraid of them, and they were like, just like both sides were at war with like literal war with each other, and everybody else got caught in the crossfire. It's crazy shit, man. Like y'all think we're bad now. You know? Like people used to literally kill each other over this shit. Yet no movie has ever been made about that. Wouldn't you guys want to see a movie about that shit? I mean, come on, man. No, we get Harry Potter and Game of Thrones and shit like that. There's way more interesting shit in real human history, man.
Yeah.
All I know is I want to see the biography of the guy who invented the AC because he needs a holiday named after him.
Who?
The guy who invented the AC.
95 it touched today up here, bro. It was 93 degrees at 7 o'clock today, man, in the evening.
Wow. Lucky you guys. That was just 71 degrees.
Yeah, it's cold up here.
That's cold.
Well, the only saving grace is it's still spring, so it's not quite as humid yet. But God, was it hot, man. Oh, my God.
Okay, so man, there's some weird weather we have.
Winter, I feel is like some of those coupons. Florida is the only state that's not legible for it. You know, you have some coupons for certain items. Sorry,
Right.
Florida are not eligible in Florida. That's how winter is for us. Even
No,
the
but I
deserts
tell
in
you what,
Arizona
though,
are getting cold.
some of them December days when it's blue skies and sunshine and it's like 59 degrees and dry as a bone, bro, it makes you realize why you endured the summer here. It's like it's like the reward, man.
Well, except the snowbirds. The snowbirds, they haul ass back to wherever they from.
Mm-hmm.
So
hell, some of them don't even go back anymore. New York is like losing its population to us every year that goes by.
It only snowed once up here. This entire year only snowed once.
I mean, if I had a work from home job and I really didn't have to leave much, I could live in a place like Missouri again. But man, I couldn't. I don't know how people live in that shit, dude. 11 years was enough for me. I don't even know how I made it that long.
11 years
You'll get years shaved off your life because of stress just from driving, because your shit is gripping your steering wheel so hard while you're driving, like for like 4 months out of the year. You can't go anywhere without it risking your life, like seriously risking your life.
Dude, I'll never forget. I'll never forget when I went to do the party for Batman in North Miami. I usually GPS. I usually have an hour and a half drive, whatever, and I'm constantly GPSing to here and there. Man, that was the only time I've seen every freaking like, for instance, it says ETA 30 minutes, right? 20 minutes will pass by, and I look at the ETA 30 minutes. I'm like, God damn, what the hell?
You know it.
Right.
You know
it's like trapped in Groundhog Day.
That's funny you say that, Shake, because up in Missouri, it's the other way around. It'll say a half hour, but as long as you do 5 or 10 over the speed limit, each minute will drop less than a minute. You know what I mean? So you can make up time. Down in Miami, you're right. It sits on 30 minutes, and you've been on the road for 2 hours already, and it's still showing 30 minutes. You're like, man, come on.
Let me tell you something, man. Down here, man, I'm seeing some crazy driving like I've never seen before. I mean, they do some crazy driving down here.
Hey, Mr. Polk, you ever see that video of of like India or Colombia? I forget the location, where it's like showing an intersection where everybody's just doing whatever the fuck they want. And like some guy comes in on a 3-wheel truck, and then another guy comes in on a bike, and it's like everybody just crosses whenever the fuck they want. It's one step above that in South Florida now.
You ain't kidding.
Like the traffic lights are there just for show. You know?
Yeah. And you know you're right, Cup. You know you're right. Good grief, man. Stuff I've been saying, man. I said, man, some of y'all need to have your car taken away from me, give you some tricycles or something. Good grief. Well, you don't drive down here? Oh my goodness.
Hey, by the way, we're about to hit the 3-hour mark, man. I appreciate everybody who tuned in. But before we do, let me get into some hit fanatics up. Hold on.
New seasons, new gear. Show the world what it means to be a fan in 100% authentic gear. Fanatics, officially licensed everything.
Especially for Liz. What's up, Liz?
Also, W Energy drink. I'm this weekend. If my W Energy drink gets here by this weekend, I'm going to be doing a Wake and Shake show where I live on air do a try. I'm going to try the actual W Energy drink for all to see. Also use the TFTG for 10% off of that. Then we have Backroom Collections. If you want to if you want to rewind the podcast from the beginning, I play the commercial. It's art canvases, art pictures, visors for the mini helmets. It's really good for, like I said, for any occasion. We have Mother's and Father's Days coming up. Those would be perfect ideas for Backroom Collection. And again, TFTG hashtag, and you will also receive 10% off your first purchase. So make sure it's a good one. We have the flip flops. Summer's here. We don't need the beanies. People might think you're holding up the place, but either way, the flags, hoodies, t-shirts, things for your cups of coffee and your waters and all that good stuff. Here we go, and of course, here is the lineup. We got El Capitan tomorrow. He is going to be doing the the schedule release. Of course, my man Color is up here with me, and Ali and I will be doing broken takes tomorrow. We'll be on the lookout for that. DTA is on furlough. And of course, my man Rabbit Dolphin Lewis, who I seen in full display today, brother. I'm happy as hell when I see you, Rabbit Dolphin, brother.
And one other reminder, Shake, on that Broken Takes episode. We've been pre-recording those. A lot of you kind of figured that out the last one we did. Yeah. We've been pre-recording those, but they've been lasting for at least an hour and a half, 2 hours. So it's still worth it because we upload it as a premiere. So it's a live premiere, which means that we're not live, but we can still chop it up with you all in chat while watching the show. So come by and make sure you check it, hit your notification bell. Usually Ali will upload, will set it for around noon, maybe a little later. But it's no different than the shows we do. We're just not live on the screen, but you can still chop it up and chat for a couple hours, because we usually go that long on the Broken Takes episodes. But just so everybody's aware, so you're not wondering why Ali or Shake or I are ignoring you in chat tomorrow.
Yeah.
No, but the good thing about that was the one that you did, I think it was last week. Ali did, inform me that it was that this was recording. So, but that I'm gonna tell you, man, that first show y'all did was great. It was great. So y'all keep up the good work. I mean, I was very
appreciate that, Mr. Moore. Yeah, I figured it was a pertinent subject topic to be or discussion to be having.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way,
sure.
Now that Amicus is here, Amicus, now that you're here.
Man, I was a little worried. I was like, man, Kahari, is that Kahari that just showed up?
Yeah, Kahari's here. You can't close shop now, bro. I'm here. Kahari's here. Color's on here. Come on, man.
Amicus, what's going on, man?
I came up to let Shake know that you can't do a live reaction with the sponsor, bro. You got to drink the fucking W before you go live, because if you get a bad reaction, it kills the whole marketing plan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't do a taste test live, bro.
Hey, Amicus, where's Josh Allen going to be in a couple of weeks?
He's fucking gone, Crypto. He'll be gone, bro. You know that. Come on.
Well, I'll record one, and if it goes bad, then I won't play it.
Yeah.
The Bills ready to lose the Jaguars in London. I'm ready for that.
Yeah, go watch your Knicks lose, Greg.
The Knicks suck for real.
Hey, Kahari, what's
over
on your
tomorrow?
mind,
Don't worry.
You can't tell Stephen Smith that.
Man, we got home on Sunday night, man, and the damn air conditioning wasn't working, man. The fan outside was not spinning. So watch some YouTube videos on how to fix the junk.
Off. Did the Red Sox fuck? Oh, they gave up.
Tried to fix it myself. Bought some parts. Bought a capacitor. Installed this junk yesterday. Worked for a little bit. Still ain't working. So now I gotta spend a whole lot of goddamn money on an AC Air Tech, man. So
What's up, KP?
I'm hating life now, man. I'm
Been
hating
there,
life.
done that, Kerry. Been
Yeah,
there,
man.
done that, my
Hey,
brother.
Kahari, can I ask you a question, man? I hear people say KP, people say Kahari, people say Kahari, Kerry. Like, how do you pronounce the name you created?
My name is Don't Call Me Late for Dinner. Whatever you want to call me is fine.
It's okay. I got it.
Amicus, you know better than to ask that question. You just follow Color's lead. Color will have the proper pronunciation, bro. You ain't got to worry about nothing.
Well, it's real easy. Amicus. It's like a car, car, and read. Kari.
Or KP.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah. Car, read.
Oh, Kari? It's not
there it
Kahari
is.
or it's Kari?
I like Kahari better, but yeah.
In fact,
It
KP.
don't matter, man. It don't matter. KP, we ride with KP, man. City K, everything, man.
Yeah, KB did an excellent job on the
Yeah,
show
that
with that was good what he did last week.
Hey, I haven't been able to see that episode yet, but I'm gonna go back and watch it because y'all got the right guy on the panel for that conversation. Kahari is the real deal with that shit, bro.
Yeah, and we really want to extend the discussion further down the road too, and invite some others to come up and give their opinion on some stuff. There's plenty of people in this community. I would love to be in on that discussion. Mr. Paul, Big Nick. I saw a couple of you were kind of anxious to chime in on the subject, and so we're definitely going to continue those types of discussions down the road, and kind of get some of y'all in here to talk about what you feel about things like that. So.
Hey,
Keep
by
a
the way,
lookout.
what a person I would love to hear is my man CB83, bro. He played for.
Yeah, I was going to tell you that shit. Exactly. As a former HBCU football player, you would definitely need to have CB on. CB's perspective will be second to none.
I don't want to throw no shade on the man, but if he's willing to actually, put aside the bullshit when it comes to fandom and Tua and all that, I'd love to have a discussion with him too about it. I mean, absolutely. I'd love to hear his opinion on the state of affairs that we were talking about that night. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That Wolfpack talk is all tongue in cheek. I don't think he means none of that shit. He's just being a smart ass.
He's just trying to rile people up.
But at the same time, and I'm not accusing him of this, I'm just saying that some people cloak their real feelings behind banter like that, Shake, and sometimes they can't admit it. You know what I mean?
No.
I'm not putting that on CB83. I'm just saying that sometimes people, like everybody makes fun of everybody, but there's that guy that uses that as a cloak when he has a real personal problem with somebody. You know what I mean?
No, but CB is the type of person that will look you in your eyes and tell you what he thinks of you. So at the end of the day,
that is what he's shown me. So I can't disagree with you there, Shake.
Hey,
he was wrong. He was wrong about me though.
Let me ask you a quick question. I'm not trying to get on the subject because I'm gonna go back and watch the episode. But did y'all address the comments of like Shannon Sharp on Undisputed? What they said? Did y'all address any of that?
What did Shannon Sharp say? I didn't hear what he said. He himself went to HBCU.
They came after us because we were. The reason we didn't hear it is because they came after us. We're the ones that spearheaded that conversation.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Shannon Sharp's attacking TFG. TG.
They rip us off everybody. Florio's the worst, man.
Oh, so they basically copy what you guys saying on their shows. Oh.
No, Amicus, if you get a chance, check it out.
Greg. That's
it was great.
Around here.
Yeah, I will.
What did Shannon have to say though, Amicus?
Well, him and Skip, they were just in total disagreement with how Dion felt on the whole subject matter, and they were going from the perspective. I think they missed the point of what Dion was saying, but they were going from the perspective of that. Hey, the majority of the draft, are Black or African American players, right? So how can you ever say that teams wouldn't? But here's the problem with that notion. The problem is you could still have that bias against those colleges because you think that those guys are only at those colleges because they're not intelligent enough to go to the other ones. Like outside, so to in my opinion, for Shannon Sharp for them to pigeonhole that conversation and say there's nothing to it just because the top 5 of this year's draft, especially quarterbacks, were black players.
Right?
You're
Isn't that the
pigeonholing
same
the
as saying,
conversation.
Amicus? Isn't that the same as somebody saying I'm not a racist because I got black friends?
Exactly. Same shit. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so they were talking about the HBCU schools.
Yeah, but they were pigeonholing it and trying to use the excuse that, hey, the majority of the draft is black. Fair enough, yeah. Well, but you can't disregard what Dion is saying about those other schools just because of that one factor, that one category.
Right.
There's multiple
And as far
intangibles
as
involved.
comparing the intelligence quotient of different schools, I don't recall the Eagles having a problem going up to North Montana, Dakota, Minnesota State to get Carson Wentz out of nowhere.
Exactly. Exactly. That's my whole point. Yeah, but they didn't really critic. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Wasn't there like Hall of Famers?
I was going to say I can hear the conversation, but my whole point was that the whole issue with HBCUs in sports is actually bigger than sports itself. It's about HBCUs in terms of their placement among all colleges generally, and it's a matter of equity when it comes to funding. Right. And so the top black athlete who even entertains trying to go to an HBCU, they will be choosing an inferior product today, precisely because those HBCUs don't have the infrastructure. They're not funded to have the same infrastructure. If a kid goes on a recruiting trip to Georgia and then goes on a recruiting trip to FAMU, he may love the social life at FAMU, but the locker room, the facility, you know what I'm saying? So he will be choosing an inferior product or a product. And that has been structurally created, you know, and so I don't know if
and that's why I brought up the question, Kahari, that night of, you know, are we seeing some form of leaching of equity or the power of equity off of the HBCUs into the PWIs so that we can maintain this quota in the PWIs? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's probably the case, you know.
And by the way, Kari, another thing that goes into it is the coaches tell them, hey, listen, if you go to FAMU, if you come here versus FAMU, the chances of you getting drafted in the first round are going to be exponentially higher than if you was to go to FAMU.
Well,
I have a question. Kari, you went to an HBC, right?
No, I did not.
I'm sorry. I thought you said you did. Well, you went. Did anybody on this panel
HBCUs?
Has anybody on this panel been to college?
I'm at college currently, but I go to
college. Is there any IQ tests like a Wonderlic or just a standard IQ test okay? So everything is predicated on the education of book smarts, which is completely different than IQ.
Kind of, sort of. The HBCUs have the same sort of, test scores, grades, recommendations, extracurricular activities as all colleges do. But the HBCUs have prided themselves historically with taking in disadvantaged, low income, people who may have less than average standardized test scores. And then, but the jewel of the HBCUs is that the outcomes then outweigh the input. They're receiving, not the best students at all, but then turning them in to awesome products. And so that's what's happening at the HBCUs. So if you compare like the University of Florida, the average student has like a 1400 SAT, has a 3.5 GPA, right? So socioeconomically, the PWIs are going to look a lot better on paper. In fact, there are some HBCUs right now who have pulled out of the U.S. News and World Report precisely because they feel like their quotient for measuring top colleges is unbiased.
I just saw that, Kahari. I was going to ask you what you thought about that, man. I didn't read through the article, but that's fascinating.
Yeah, you know how we talk about the algorithm, right, on the shows, right? You know, and how you get viewers. So the algorithm by which the top colleges are measured, they are saying is structurally biased against HBCUs because they don't take into account the outcome for students who are coming in at such a lower socioeconomic level. So you know, I mean, I'm not going to say I know whether it's right or wrong, or you know, I don't know. I don't have enough information to have a strong.
Yeah, but see, that's my point, Kahari. If it was more IQ based, if that takes that narrative and that qualification out of the equation. You see what I'm saying? Because
real quick, what was the gist of the conversation though that sparked this? Was it like the lack of players that HBCUs are putting players in the NFL? Was that like the gist? Because I'm kind of lost of where the conversation was.
Deion Sanders made a strong statement about being extra disappointed in HBCU players not getting a strong look in this year's draft. He was upset.
Right.
He felt that HBCU players deserved a better look in, and that this was a part of an ongoing bias against HBCUs. That was Deion's position.
Well, see, and I can agree with that, and I can agree with that 100%. I'm not saying I disagree, but I think you know what's going to help that is more players. And again, he just transferred back with Deion to Colorado. But the more players we see like Travis Hunter, right, go to HBCUs, that's going to change. The more 4- and 5-star recruits that, to Kari's point, right, KP's point, if you might love an HBCU for what it stands for, the lifestyle, right, but to the point of like the gymnasium, the tracks, the field, is not going to be up to par with the Georgias, Ohio State. If kids can get past that, though, and more 4- and 5-star recruits, you're going to see a lot more players from HCB or HBCUs getting to the NFL.
No, I disagree. Hold on.
No, but see, the problem with that is that some of the black colleges are not getting the funding to improve their like workrooms and equipment and stuff like that. They're not getting that kind of funding that the bigger schools get, and also Lewis, because of that.
It's just going to take a person. Though. It's going to take a strong-willed person, though.
It's okay.
A strong-willed person, Mr. Park, though. Like a kid like a Travis Hunter, again, going and being a 4- or 5-star recruit. If more of those kind of kids are willing to take a sacrifice and really make the change, that's the only way, because I don't believe the funding is ever going to get to the point of what Ohio State and Georgia, Alabama can offer a kid.
Not without outside philanthropy, and that's going to be up to the alumni, you know?
But hold on, I think we're missing an important element in this.
Lewis, the HBCUs are not. Yeah, the HBCUs are not demanding funding on the level of a Georgia or an Alabama. What the HBCUs are fighting for now is their fair share, which has been historically denied. And it's as clear-cut as night and day. When you look at the books, they're not looking for anything more. They're not looking for a handout. They're looking for what they're owed by state laws.
As a matter of fact, that's ironic because in that respect, they're not actually looking for equity. They're looking for equality.
Yes, you know? Absolutely. They have been systematically the funds have not matched the students that they've taken historically up to this point. So what they're looking for is, this system to be fixed, which has been biased from the jump. And on the second point, Lewis, we have started to see that thing happen over the last 10 years. 5 to 10 years, you've seen lots of players make that decision in basketball and football, right? But did you see Ed Reed's reaction when he almost became the head coach of Bethune-Cookman? Okay, he had an explosive reaction that ended up costing him his job. The board of trustees said he made a mistake and fired him, right? But what was he commenting on? He was commenting on the fact that Bethune-Cookman, right, which has put players in the NFL, put players in the Hall of Fame. Larry Little, our own Dolphin, come from Bethune, but that they were in a situation now where their football team, they didn't even have enough helmets for all the players on the team. Players had to share helmets, and some of those helmets were filled with mold and stuff like that.
Bro. That's absolutely ridiculous.
Right. Right. Now, why was it like that though? When you dig deep, you find out that the hurricanes that went through over the last 2 years in that area had shut down things to such a degree that the university itself didn't have the funds to do the rehabilitation necessary, and so they were basically in triage mode in terms of keeping the university open and running, right? And one of the things they sacrificed was the maintenance of the physical facilities for football.
Okay, I have a question.
Yeah, because this is school called.
And that's sad because we've got PW high schools that have better equipment than that. You know what I mean?
Agreed.
So Kahari, I have a question.
That's the point. But let me just finish. Let me finish this last point though.
Okay.
But, so what was identified as the canary in the mine here, or what was holding things up, was the fact that Bethune-Cookman had not been equitably funded. If their funding was on par with what they deserved, they would have had more funds to deal with that crisis a lot more adequately. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So it really boils down to how these schools haven't gotten their fair share of money, for money that the state and the federal government have agreed to give these schools since they were founded. And that's the bottom line. And it affects the sports, especially the athletics programs.
Hey, by the way,
go ahead, Amicus. Sorry about that.
I agree, KP. 100%.
Well, I was just going to give another perspective to this. All right,
before you do, Amicus,
yeah, go ahead.
Are you busy tonight? Ali wanted me to invite you to Broken Takes later on tonight. We're going to start recording in about 15 minutes.
Yeah, that's getting close.
Okay,
so,
as a
matter of fact, Amicus, I know it because this blew up into a pretty interesting discussion, as I knew it would. And this is why we're not going to stop having these discussions. But go ahead and finish your thought on that, Amicus, and we'll leave this. We'll let this simmer here and re-adjourn this conversation on a soon-to-be-had future show. Maybe I'll actually do a little smaller, not like a full panel, but like a smaller panel. We'll do it live instead of a pre-recorded, and maybe we'll open up this discussion a little more and invite some other people.
By the way, I just wanted to say, I was thinking about maybe May 20th. It's a Saturday night, a great Saturday night. I'll invite CB and Big Nick, and we'll.
Perfect. Let's do it.
I can't be there May 20th, guys. I got something on May 20th.
Oh, damn, man. Sorry.
All right, May 27th.
I can do May 27th, but May 20th, I'm already.
We can do it earlier too. I mean, that's we don't want to let it simmer too long.
You know, I know, but this Saturday, it's going to be all about the schedule talk.
Right,
you know
right.
So
and I also want to say this. I know
wouldn't be bad for a Sunday discussion too. You know what I mean?
Hey, I know we've all had our differences with CB, but I think as a HBCU football player, his perspective is going to be indispensable.
Yeah, you know what? And I kind of feel remiss in not having invited him to the Broken Takes the other night. So
hey, CB's my dude. I don't hide that. That's my.
Well, it hadn't even. We wanted to keep it a little more.
I have problems.
We wanted to keep it as intimate as possible because it was a pre-recorded show and all that. But it seems like the interest for people to give their opinion is definitely there, and there's a lot of people in this community that I think we probably disserviced by not, doing it maybe live. Maybe we should have a live show and let some more people come. But that's the type of subject that we can't have a 10-person panel of everybody yelling over each other. We've got to have it more civilized, fewer people, people with pertinent opinions and points on the matter, because we got to be careful of how we address this issue. You know how the world is right now. It is what it is.
Oh, yeah. Because it can explode into something else.
And I don't want any of that. So, I want there to be progress and solutions. I don't want to be this constant blaming who for the rest of time. You know what I mean? Not that anybody's done that here. I'm just saying, let's talk about solutions, and.
Yeah, we're gonna have to leave that. We're gonna leave that here for now, man. Remember to come in tomorrow for El Capitan. I was gonna do final thoughts, but I'm just gonna be out of here. See ya.
Outtakes.